Hello, everyone, and welcome back.
Oh no! Yes! Everyone in a straight line!
Everyone saw.
Wow, we're so thankful.
Oh no! Burning hands! I don't even know why I ask you, idiots.
Oh my god!
Dive, get behind a
Orba,
tree,
stay close
throw
to
up.
me. I'll get pegged.
You'll get what?
I'll get pegged immediately.
All right, everybody.
I just like how you smile. It's a good smile that you have.
In Season 2, Chapter 31, Problem Solving. The Cockatrice poured forth from the area by the watering hole and descended upon us, a frenzied flock of hybrid creatures fluttering furiously to defend their nest. The oil of slipperiness did a good job dividing their ranks, keeping about half of the birds scrambling to stand back up as the others leapt at the closest target. But their speed was not to be underestimated, and we quickly found ourselves forced to turn and fight rather than be subjected to the nipping at our heels. Luckily, these animals weren't smart enough to avoid clumping up, which presented ample opportunities to utilize area of effect spells such as Slow, Ice Knife, and Burning Hands. It was strange, however, that even when our attacks found their mark, they didn't quite pack the punch that we hoped. A lot of glancing blows rather than direct hits. This meant that the skirmish dragged on a little longer than it probably should have, and more than once we had to resist the petrifying poison of the cockatrice bites. But even with one close call, we kept ourselves protected just enough to eliminate the threat and regroup. Our experienced hunters did an excellent job harvesting glands from the slain fowl, but mixing the salve that could reverse petrification proved a more delicate task, and 3 chances produced just 1 viable sample. This left us with the unenviable task of having to choose which victim to cure, a decision that was ultimately left up to chance as we selected the woman who was seated in prayer.
Wrong.
The salve worked quickly, and a woman named Barbara Marlowe was released from her stone prison. When the shock wore off, she explained that the 2 of them were trying to find their way to the ruined temple of Heptactor, a journey of divine purpose following a brush with death, in which they believed the god of order had heard their cries and spared them. She was desperate to complete her quest, but the still statuesque dwarf was clutching a book of prayer that she needed to finish it, so she'd reached an impasse where she had to either find more cockatrices to harvest or wait for the petrification to subside. Even though it felt like there was something just slightly off about her story, without getting a look at the book or talking to the dwarf, we were missing a big piece of the puzzle. Steadfast in her unwillingness to go home to safety, we told her we'd circle back after poking around at the bandit camp in the lanes, looking for a potential cure, or at the very least, some weapons so she could defend herself. Nobody was about to do any ransacking in our exhausted state, however, so we made camp beside an abandoned structure and waited for the early morning hours when activity might be limited at the fort. During this time, Erland found that his septic condition might be worsening, his fingernails starting to shed, and his skin showing signs of deformity. It was certainly something to monitor going forward, but for now, we had a date with a reclaimed outpost. Deep into the canyon-like lanes, we found the area lightly guarded, but in a strong defensive position on the hill. A lookout and evidence of an alarm spell had us thinking that climbing was our best bet, but despite managing to dispatch one guard very quickly, the one that came to relieve him was more cautious in his approach. Some snapping branches gave away our position as we tried to close in on our target. And as we readied ourselves to start our day with a nice violent confrontation, we asked ourselves, why were these travelers so willing to risk their lives just to make this show of devotion? What kind of reinforcements were about to enter the fray here on the cliff's edge? And would the law of averages bring our damage rolls back from the brink of embarrassment?
Yes.
Yes.
We find out now on Season 2, Chapter 32 of A Peek Beneath the Veil. After a near flawless execution of the first century, things had begun to unravel in a hurry.
Okay.
The difficulty of silently scaling the rocks is just one of the many reasons why this encampment seems like an ideal base of operations. Another being that a single shout in the open air is likely audible to any conscious companions. And it's that fact that looms large as Erland sprints toward the next armed obstacle. The rest of the party isn't physically too far behind, but it still involves some climbing and repositioning. So for now, the monk holds the line and holds his breath, hoping that the one other person you can see awake ambling through the camp is the only bystander ready to jump into defensive action. So we're gonna bring up the map here. So we find Erland here on the cliff's edge, right where the bridge sort of leads over into the fort. And the rest of his companions are back just a little ways, sort of working their way up. It's not a difficult climb. When you're not trying to be quiet, there's lots of branches and shrubs to grab onto. It's actually quite easy. It's just a matter of moving through quietly, which was the difficulty of it. So as long as you're able to kind of move up this sort of branchy, shrub-filled sort of cliffside there, the climbing should be simple enough.
We're trying to cushion our ego on those battles.
Guys, the bushes are really easy to climb, don't worry. But it's up here at the top that we see Erland, and he's just kind of peeked out from behind this pillar to charge at this first guy who, again, he has a sword there, and he has a sword sort of in a scabbard, but he has a crossbow in his hand that he had just kind of pulled back. You could hear the crank kind of clicking back into place. So let's do some initiative rolls here for everybody.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Let's go, baby. Come on.
Oh, my God. Is it an actual? Are you serious?
First roll, baby.
I wasn't going to tell them about the theory of large numbers, but now we know.
It's a natural one.
Oh, that's a natural 20! Just kidding, I'm wrong about the theory of large numbers.
Okay, 20 to 25.
Me, bitch! I got a 20!
Weird.
Flat 20?
23.
Well, 23, sorry. Sorry, initiative. 23, it's a 23. It's 23.
Okay, anybody else in the 20 to 25? No, 15 to 19.
19 armored bandits.
Fuck.
God damn.
Armored, he says.
I'm not gonna be able
You guys remember how that goes,
You
right?
know what?
They are similar.
Orba had an 18.
Oh,
10 to 14.
10.
Oh,
What's your... You get to add like...
Is
3,
anybody else
right?
rolling on your end? Because it's just this June.
Not yet.
Okay. And Erland at the very bottom. Wait, you
What's
got
your
a
modifier?
So it's
4
total.
total. All the way to the bottom.
Hey, 4's pretty high.
Wait, your mom.
Okay,
Oh, no.
Safira, the bandit, Orba, Graven, Erland.
Okay, so Safira, having sort of that branch snapping underfoot, immediately knows that the kind of jig might be up here. You can hear some footsteps hurrying up above you without being able to see the target. So you immediately know right away that it's kind of go time, even without sort of hearing anything from Erland necessarily. So you're here on the hillside. You're the sort of furthest up at the moment.
Okay.
And you can make your ascent.
I would like to take a dash to get as far up as I possibly can.
Right. So this is 30 is going to get you sort of pushing through all the brambles and weeds. Now just sprinting forward,
I was
pulling
just gonna
yourself
ask,
up.
Can I hit him from here or no?
This is 30 feet. I don't think so. Let's get
Okay.
Partial cover? No.
If I cannot
don't
hit it,
think
ooh,
so.
no, I have
No,
no
you
insight.
can't.
Okay, if I can't hit him from there, I'm gonna take my dash to take another 30 feet.
Right.
I want to try to make sure that
I stand behind that pillar so I have a little bit of cover.
Sure, you can't get all the way up to it, but you can stand.
No, I know. I want to try to, and I can I take like a crouched position almost a little bit to give myself more cover?
You can kneel. You can go down to one knee.
Like
it's
in
not
front of this little rock here.
Sure, yeah. It's not prone, so you're not getting that. But yeah, just a little bit of
I'm
cover.
gonna
on
try
that.
to crouch down a
Sure.
little bit.
Sort of go down to one knee and sort of your bow is almost kind of resting on that platform there in front of you. Yeah, horizontal
Okay.
position.
It almost feels passive-aggressive how far you put me down this list.
It was passive aggressive.
Okay.
You're exactly.
Okay,
You're
good.
interpreting it correctly.
Okay, who we got next there? Safira moving to the
Bandit.
brambles, gets up to the rock and immediately. What's up?
Bandit.
Bandit, excellent. Okay, so as the second that Erland peeks out from behind that pillar, this guy had already kind of readied everything to go and immediately fires off a crossbow shot.
Spit in his fucking face.
Well,
That's
It's gonna take you a while to do that.
17 to hit.
That hits.
yeah, you're gonna get around to it eventually.
These little crossbows are no match for you, right? With your
We'll see.
unless he max rolls or something, right?
Little crossbows?
9 piercing
That
damage.
is gonna get reduced to 0.
Great.
Yay!
Using your reaction to do so.
I'm using my reaction to do that. And I'm gonna save the key point, so I'm just gonna.
Great, smacks it to the side, and immediately he shoots that, and then he tosses the crossbow and goes for his sword, and he's running forward with his sword. And as he's charging forward, you see him turn his head up and oh, Shry! And he says the elven word for alarm, and then starts to get charged forward from his spot there. Damn it! And he's gonna run all the way up to you there. And that is that. Okay, having done. We'll wait until they. Okay, so who's up after him?
Orba.
All right, Orba.
All right. Now that he has charged forward, is there anything that I can see up there?
Him charging forward has actually kind of put him behind that pillar there. So until you get up, you can't
Okay.
see anything from your
Let's
position
go
down
full
here.
movement just to see what I got.
Sort of scrambling through the brambles there. You kind of push past Graven, and your small size, sort of thin, lets you push through between some of the thicker brush there.
Okay. Any vision?
You
whatsoever.
cannot see him from there. No.
Great. Cool.
Too extreme an angle.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna use a dash to try to just get up onto the high ground there.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, you drop that crossbow. So.
Yeah, I was just about to say now that he doesn't have.
So
a range.
20 gets you up to the rock there.
Oh, okay.
Let's disable flying, and then you want to move another 10 up here.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it. Okay, that's my turn.
Okie dokie.
Next up is Graven.
Graven. Same thing.
You tell me.
It's 30 feet.
30 feet gets you
Looks
to
like-
there.
With my height, can I see anything?
No. It's the angle. It's not the.
Am I
That
special?
is not even close to being true.
You disconnect your head and you hold it up real high.
By the end of the
That would be
campaign,
so
Orba's gonna be like,
Like
I'm basically 7.
another 30.
Another 30.
Yeah.
Okay. That 20 gets you up to the top once more.
10 doesn't get me in front of her, does it?
Gets you. No, not really.
I'll
Yeah.
go to the south side of her.
Okay. Great. So the two of you are kind of right there. Let's fly. There we go.
What's
All
the
right.
plan?
Get him!
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Is that
Erland.
the end of the round there? Oh no, we have
Twigs and
Erland.
stuff out of my armor. Like
Oh, bird on you.
Can I go? Is it my turn?
it is.
I think there's 3 more blank spots before.
Yeah,
it's-
we have to wait. There's actually 6 more blank spots. Okay, yeah.
So for Erland, who's up here, give me a perception check before you take your.
This can't go badly. Okay, dirty 20.
Okay. As you peek your head out from behind, and now that he's not quite blocking
That was
as
my
much of
attack
the
roll.
entry, as you get closer, you can see just a little more of what this fort has to offer beyond the exterior walls. It's very much a mix of old and new. Some of the walls and doors have been partially reconstructed to provide a little bit of shelter and protection. And many of the buildings that you can see, any of the rooftops and stuff, are in some degree of disrepair. You know, things sort of shambled, broken down, but some of them also built back up a little bit. You can tell that this company of bandits, or at least some company of people here, has spent a considerable time here, that they've built a number of the buildings back up to a serviceable condition. And through some of the broken kind of windows and open doorways, with that roll, I'll say you can also see, after hearing that word, some shadows, just people. You can hear some kind of people scrambling to like don armor. You can hear
Take
some
some action to
rattling.
put your pants on, right?
No.
Damn it.
Damn.
Oh,
No,
come on.
reaction. Good
Yes,
to
it
know.
So
does.
I could take off my pants as a free action. Yeah, right.
We already had.
You said it now, so we're all gonna be going into battle. Woo!
I can use my free action to
I
take my
mean-
pants off.
My intimidation is pretty high, so
Okay, Erland,
Do a bonus.
you're up.
I am going to attack this man with my nunchaku. Fuck.
God damn
13 to hit.
Will miss.
Knock it off.
19 to hit.
That will hit.
There we go.
Okay.
So coming around here.
And you hear that clang. It hits him right between the helmet and the pauldron there, right in like on the collarbone.
8 bludgeoning damage.
8 bludgeoning damage.
Constitution saving throw.
constitute yourself, sir.
We have a new damage little thing.
Oh!
What I can do? Here's a question. Does this one work with just numbers? No, it doesn't. Okay. we all learned something. Okay, so 8 damage, Constitution save.
Yes.
13.
That fails. He's stunned.
Stunned. Excellent.
You have a 14 save?
14 save.
Nice.
Hey, 14 save is pretty good. I like
Oops.
that.
I'm
Oh,
moving him
no.
when I shouldn't be moving him. Okay, stunned there.
So I can't. I have.
Sun. He's very tan.
I can't until the end of my next turn. I can't grab him and try and toss him now. That's an action.
Yes, it would take an action too.
Okay, it was just because we were doing it sneakily last time that I was able to sort of like.
Because it wasn't in
Yeah, it wasn't in
Yeah, it
combat,
wasn't in
so we didn't
combat,
break it
right,
down.
right. Okay,
How long is he stunned?
until the end of my next turn.
Oh, sweet.
So I am going to
Here we go.
move 45 feet away from him, directly back towards my friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where would you like to be?
Just
Near
move
Graven?
45 feet directly behind Graven.
Okay.
Just obviously so I can get back to him.
Okay. So he hits. You see him kind of sort of twitch a little bit as he recoils from the strike, and now he's kind of standing there, partially slumped up against the
Yeah.
pillar.
More coming, but he's stunned and sort of running back.
Okay.
All right, top of the lineup with Safira.
Okay. With
Okay.
the alarm having been called out, we need to add some more to the fray.
No, I thought they were still getting their
Let's
pants
roll
on.
ones. Let's roll ones.
We got a number of different kinds of people to add here.
Of course.
Just straight standard bandits, 14.
Okay, I didn't specify that was an armored bandit as a.
Yes, do
19.
armored. That's different. That's a different
14
kind of
is standard.
regular
bandit.
bandit.
Rego band. Okay.
12 is wargs.
What was it?
Wargs. They're like sort of
Yeah, I got
canine creatures.
Send out your war.
it. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Okay. 8 is bandit medic.
Oh, fuck
kill
that guy.
him.
Shit.
Kill the
no.
fucking medic.
They haven't even seen him, and everyone's like,
I sail a healer.
"It stinks of healing."
Like hear Velcro of like a
Like, that little bitch.
14 is spell swords.
Who would you like to go
my
first
God, you
between
guys
Rego
need
Bandit
to
and Spell
go.
Sword?
Between what was it?
Yeah, I know.
Rego
pretty
Bandits and
Spell swords have a higher
pretty
dexterity, so
spicy
we'll put
here,
that
isn't it?
above.
Fuck. I need to make a new one.
I thought this was gonna be
Spell
like
Swords?
Spell sword. He's a
Counting
spell
names
sword. He can both
quietly,
cast spells
it
and
would've
swing a
been a lot
sword.
different.
Spell Sword.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a melee spellcaster. kind of,
We
like
tried.
Spell Sword.
Spell sword. Yeah.
there are
Okay.
a few ways that would have gone wrong.
What else?
4 is the rally master.
What's their dex?
0.
Eat it.
Rally Master?
Yep.
Okay.
Did you just add 5 different units? And he's
Something like
rolling again.
8
Guys.
is the cunning thief, or just thief is fine.
8.
More or-
That's also tied with the Bandit Medic.
Medic, the thief is higher than the medic.
Guys.
Okay. Great.
I don't even know if I'm grateful for that.
11
Oh
is
my god, what the
sharpshooter.
Guys.
What?
Guys.
No. How about we? That,
don't have an
I,
initiative
where's
thing
the
going
Where's the
about
roll
it.
for the little whippy
Even
boys?
if there's only
else?
2.
There might be half of everyone.
Like half a unit of a bandit, half a unit medic.
Just half a man.
10 is the bandit leader.
It's
and that's the last
Graven.
one.
Tied with Graven.
So
What's
I
next?
have no-
What's your dex? Then the bandit leader's.
Oh my
Bandit
God.
Leader 10.
Graven, what's the point of you?
This blows.
Guys.
All right, give me 1 second.
We're powerful.
While I completely.
I don't know if
So
reconstruct.
this one, it's less like you guys have fought raw numbers bigger than this, but there's a lot of different types of enemies here, which is a
Okay.
little unusual.
Even if there's only 2 bandits and 2 armored bandits, we're like double
Oh, no, this is
outnumbered.
rough. This is rough.
We need to get to.
We need to get to a better position. Yeah.
We need to kill this motherfucker first, so we're not dealing with him anymore.
No, you're right. So we're not surrounded.
He's
All right,
also
so
stumped,
it's gonna
so
be
he's-
Safira. Nothing's changing. It's gonna be Safira, and then the armored bandit, and then Orba.
Okie dokie.
This will be fine.
So Severe is still first?
Yes.
All right, so right now, Severe, you've heard him yell, but you can't see anyone else other than maybe just some shadows in the buildings and things. So the only thing you can see is the target in front of you.
Retreat down and then go into the fucking.
I wouldn't do that with the sharpshooter. I think that's stupid. I think we gotta keep moving forward.
A lot of this.
You're
is
up,
stupid.
Severe.
Yeah, well, we're
This
here now.
motherfucker in the face first.
I don't see anyone behind him, do I?
No, right now
I just
you
wanna know
can't
if
see
I
it. It's
can. Okay.
too difficult to see.
I'm aiming right for between his little eye slit there on his
All right,
helmet.
make your attack with advantage. He's stunned.
Right, with advantage.
Oh,
Baby, that's a natural 20.
That will definitely hit.
Rolled 2 nat 20s
I thought
already.
it might.
Oh!
Okay, so that's 16 piercing damage.
He is hurt already.
That's just no, that's 17 total piercing damage. Actually,
you
no,
double
because you
that.
double this. So, sorry, 18 total piercing.
18 total. All right. So that is 26 total. It's 200.
Oh, that would be nice.
All right.
I'm gonna try to hit him again. He's still stunned, so
Yes.
aiming for right in the
And
noggin.
as he's sort of leaning up against the pillar there, he takes one of the arrows. Shits himself.
That is a 22 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
Oh my god, it's all written out. Look at all those.
It's a novel.
Did you get a
That's 7 piercing damage.
And you've already used Colossus Slayer.
That's it,
Yep.
yeah.
So 7 more piercing.
That's pretty good.
All right.
Could have been worse.
Could've been-
Or
Could have been worse.
33. All right. So he's up to. Oh, why was that different? Hold on. Why is that different? Oh, because I lost connection to the board.
Can I actually take my movement to?
Oh, there we go.
Sorry. Can I to get behind the pillar there?
3. Hold on 1 second. While
I don't know.
This is what I get
I
for-
want cover.
Trying out new notes. There we go. Is that 30?
I think I.
There
want
we go.
cover.
All right, we're there.
I'm gonna take cover now that he's there behind the pillar that's kind of opposite him, so I wouldn't be in engagement range if he breaks out of being stunned.
Like
but
over here?
so that I can sort of stay in cover, knowing that there might be people ranged coming, and then I'm just gonna shout to my friends, "We need to find a better position. Everyone, take cover."
All right, excellent.
Good advice.
Who's next?
It's the armored bandit.
He's stunned.
All right, he is stunned, but we have more armored bandits. Armored bandit here.
Shit.
No, he's gonna. So he's gonna take his whole turn here to don some armor. You can hear in some of those houses like people quickly kind of putting armor on.
This guy.
And this guy is technically an armored bandit, although he is not currently equipped. So he's gonna run over to this door here and go inside, and then start to arm himself as well. I think that was this one as well. So those ones are gonna spend their turn donning their armor. Okay, who's next?
It is Orba.
All right.
Okay, so sorry, I was rewriting
That's
10
much
different
funnier.
initiative
That's
boards.
okay. Right now, the only thing you can see is this one guy. You can hear some after that initial shout. There's a little.
Yeah.
"Oh, you get that? Someone's here!" You can hear some distant shouting of people talking to each other.
Okay, and how much HP does that guy have left, the armored?
Left.
Oh, yeah, sorry. How much damage? Sorry. How much damage is on the
Nice try,
stunned
though.
guy?
You say it
33.
casually, he might
There's
not.
33 damage on him. Okay, Orba's gonna take a quick. Where's Safira? Orba's gonna take a quick second and look to her friends and say, "We need to get past this bottleneck bridge. We need to get inside." And then she's going to. God, I guess we gotta fucking kill this guy. Oh yeah. Final question. Sorry. With the environment, anything on this immediate horizon here that's like. Obviously not barracks of any kind, but some kind of like a higher ground or a wall. Like what kind of?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
And before you roll, a little more specific. What are you looking for?
I am looking for any kind of like not stronghold, but a structure that isn't occupied by people like sleeping, no barracks, stuff like that.
Okay.
There's like a lot of
give me a
dilapidated
perception check.
areas.
Yep.
to whatever this is.
Reaper, goddammit, sorry. Perception 14.
14. Okay. They're mostly. They're not residential. I mean, this looks like it was meant to be sort of a stronghold of sorts.
Right.
It's mostly stone construction.
Okay.
However, sort of the only thing that jumps out at you is that now that you're up here on the ridge, in that back left corner is like a taller kind of this thing up here is like a taller sort of battlement bastion up there. You can't see what's up there, but it has a more kind of fortified look to it than the rest of it.
Okay, got it. And then can I see anything with this that building leading into the bridge? Like, is there ladders or platforms in that structure at all?
Like this archway here?
Yes.
Not that you can tell.
Okay.
It seems pretty dilapidated.
Okay, got it. Fuck. Okay, Orba's going to... She's gonna cast, let's do fucking Toll the Dead on that armored dude, so go ahead and give me a wisdom
Not
saving
automatically
throw.
fail wisdom saving. 17.
Wow, he saves. So that was for nothing.
Really concentrating.
And then...
So even in that state there, sort of racking, he can start to hear that in his mind, and while his body's locked up, his mind is not, and he shakes off that feeling of the bells coming in.
Okay, and then... Fuck, where's Erland?
A little behind Graven there to his left.
Orba's gonna go forward like 20 feet. And... Okay, you know what? Orba's gonna go full 30. Okay, and that's
Quite
my
in
turn.
melee range of him. Yep. Okay.
Spell sword.
Okay, they're donning things.
Okay.
Yep. Now that
Regular
they've been
bandits.
alerted. Also donning things.
Okay.
Alerted, yep.
Wargs. Yeah, these are free actions.
Okay,
if you
so
wanna go.
the wargs.
They're donning.
Yeah, no, I know, but I mean,
As you
they're-
can hear some of the people shouting to each other, putting things on, a little bit of metal clattering as swords are drawn from scabbards, you start to hear some high-pitched kind of growling and snarling. Now, they do not need to be ready. So, the wargs.
Yes.
We can't stand on this bridge.
It's a bad place to be. We gotta find a better place. We have to get there. I just don't know where to go. Yeah, it's not a great.
He needs to go to the door first. 10.
Why do we want to bottleneck them on this bridge so we can push everyone off?
But they're gonna use they're probably gonna use the sides of the building as well.
Well, I'm worried about the sharpshooters.
Yeah,
Sharpshooter's
they're gonna get us.
probably gonna
I
go.
think that was the last one.
Because we've gotten fucked.
Okay, so that was their regular movement.
That is.
And they are
I
also
don't know if
going
you guys
to...
remember that, but we have been fucked up by sharpshooters.
Oh, yeah.
We could also try and run back and get to the secret tunnel.
But then we're gonna be
Then we get
climbing up a
trapped in a
secret
secret tunnel.
No.
But they don't know we know about it.
Yeah, but
That's
they will
not-
follow us to it. It doesn't
We have a
matter.
big head start.
Okay, the wargs are done.
Okay,
Were they-
great.
They're all
They're like coming through the...
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like this.
Okay, sharpshooter.
Okay, donning, getting ready.
Great. Bandit leader.
Also, same thing.
Graven.
Taking a whole round to do that. Okay, Graven.
How far am I from this closest guy here?
You are 40 feet.
All right, I'll try to toll the dead on him as well.
Natural one.
Yes,
He will
it's
take
possible.
8 necrotic damage, and I will run 30 feet towards him.
Okay. Feet, Graven, charging the bridge. And this guy who's still sort of... He sees Orba charging toward him, Graven charging toward him. He can see off to his right just a little bit Safira crouched behind the pillar there.
Having a bad day.
Thief.
Also putting stuff on.
Okay, bandit medic.
Same thing.
Erland.
Moving
Okay.
45 feet towards the stun guy.
Okay, pushing past
And I'm
Graven
gonna try and grab him, which I think I do automatically.
Yep, he automatically fails.
And I'm tossing him off the edge.
Yes!
You have no movement left, so you can't do that.
I will use a key point to use... Stupid. I will use my dash action to toss him off.
You cannot do that. You ran 45 feet forward, used an action to grapple him.
Oh, it's an action to
Yeah,
grapple
so
him?
you
And is
can
it
just
not
have him
forced
grapple.
movement?
What do you mean?
Can I not move him towards...
You have no movement left and you can't dash.
You're using Step of the Wind.
As a bonus
If you
action?
use Step of the Wind, yes. I
Yes,
thought
that's
you
what I'm
were
saying.
yeah,
You said
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And I'm tossing him.
Great. So that's 20 feet because it's doubled because difficult terrain, and then you can toss him off the side.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Bye, buddy.
Give me, we did 100 last time, so give me 10d6. So, with his heavy armor, kind of, Erland grabs him underneath where that plate is up by his neck, and then just tips him off the edge, gives him a little push.
Oh. Is it one?
I see two
Somewhat.
sixes.
That's 2 6s. So hold on here. 12.
Another 6.
14.
Oh my god, he's bad at this.
15. I don't do this very often.
He's
20.
never done a fireball.
25, 31, 35, 36, 38.
Wow. 38 damage.
Yeah.
And you just hear this crash of metal on it as it hits the ground. A piece of his of his bracer there kind of goes flying as his arm kind of disconnects at the elbow and just falls into a heap on the ground there. Just give it a little. Okay.
And I have
You
how many
have
feet of movement left?
you used 20 of your dash, so you have 25 feet of movement left.
Those fucking dogs are right there, huh?
Like right by the entrance there. Yep.
How many feet away from them are they? How many feet away from Orba are they, I should say?
40 feet.
I'm gonna get in front of Orba.
You still have 10. Do you want to stay there?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. What's next?
All right. Rally Master.
The Rally Master. Is this his first round?
This is his first one.
Okay, then he's getting ready.
Great. So top of the lineup was Safira. then.
Okay, Safira.
Okay, so I can see these dogs.
Yeah, if you use 5 feet just to peek out from behind this pillar, you can see them.
All right. I am going to go ahead and we're gonna
Might be different.
take a spell slot, cast Hunter's Mark on one of these little doggos here, and then
Do you have a preference of which one?
just do the front one in the front here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and fire at the one in the front first here.
You want to do so?
Okay.
Yeah. He's not gonna come out.
That's a dirty 20 to hit.
That will hit. Roll for damage.
Okay, that is 9 piercing damage.
Excellent.
Rolling Colossus. 13 total piercing damage.
Excellent. Oh, he was not hurt.
Right.
So just 9.
9 total piercing damage.
Great.
Hunter's Mark, I forgot to roll, which is on him. So it's actually
9 plus whatever you use.
14 total
14.
piercing.
Great. Excellent.
Okay. Great. Now he is hurt. I'm just gonna try to hit him again.
Do so.
Oh, come
Okay,
on. It's just a doggy.
That's 14 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay.
Just a doggy.
Okay, that's 8 piercing damage. I'm gonna roll Colossus. Because we forgot last time. 10 piercing damage.
10 piercing damage?
Do you get to do Hunter's Mark again, or is it only one per?
No, I think it's actually, you do get to roll it every time, don't you? Let me double check here, but I believe you choose a creature. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 damage whenever you hit it. So
Yep.
yeah, go ahead and roll that.
Right now you've done.
Oh,
10.
okay, so additional, so 16 total piercing
16
damage.
total damage. The second arrow, and it hits the ground.
Shit, yeah.
There we go.
Almost slides forward a little bit.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna take Hunter's Mark. I'm gonna move it to the dog on the left there.
Can you move it in the same turn? Does it take
I think you can. Let me double check. When you so if the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on a subsequent
Yeah,
turn.
you've already used a bonus
So
action this
no,
turn.
I
so yeah.
cannot use.
So just
yeah.
remember that next turn you can,
Great.
you can put it on a new one.
Okay, great.
All right,
I'm
couple
gonna
of quick
stay
shots.
behind where I am and yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna shout to Erland. Erland, see if you can't find us a better position.
Like 5 feet away.
Sorry, I forgot how close.
Okay, what's
Find a better position.
Armored bandits.
Armored bandits.
Run ahead and one.
Okay.
The dogs?
Yeah.
No, once I kill the dogs.
Would you? What?
I'm gonna kill the dogs
And all the other people around the dogs?
I'm gonna kill everyone in a turn or two.
And then I'll find a good
And then
position.
you'll find a good position. We'll party.
Okay. Good position to celebrate all my kills.
Yeah. that's
This
what I was
guy
talking
is now an armored. Oh no, this guy's the armored bandit. Okay.
Yeah.
Start gathering at that point. I mean,
We'll be able to see. I think that's the armored bandit. Oh no, one here. 30.
Brightest darkness doesn't.
And And that's it. Who's next?
Orba.
All right.
Okay, so what do we got here that's visible?
The only
in the
two things
doorway?
that you can see are 2 wargs there in the doorway.
Okie dokie. Let's go ahead. I think Orba's just going to take a moment and cast Mage Armor on herself, and then cast Distort Mage Armor as a bonus action.
Oh, great.
It looks like
Oh,
a
there we go.
big group of baddies by that
It
doorway
really
that I
does.
might have to just.
Immediately a little
Am I
shimmer,
way
and then once again it kind of waves.
Neither do I.
There's a little extra sort
Great.
of fortified shimmer circling around you.
I'm gonna.
try this? Hold on.
Are you trying a thing?
Yeah, this is a
I'm gonna be
cool
a
mod
Get a
that
tentacle
someone
monster around you.
hold on.
Oh.
Oh, do we need to shout out a modder?
I don't know if it offhand, but
okay.
we can look it up.
The modding community of Talespire is amazing.
It is amazing. Yeah, let's give you like a little. There you
I
go.
saw
Oh, you're very bright.
Wow, look at how beautiful.
I love
Okay.
me. Okay.
Everybody sees that from a mile away.
No, it's very dim.
The grief beacon.
Yeah.
Should
okay.
move with you. Yep, it does.
Orba is gonna. Orba's gonna look to her friends and quickly say, "Moving forward, they're staying."
We can't power through the dogs. And
We need to stick together.
Okay. I'm gonna stay here. Let's get me behind the column. Let me have some cover there.
Okay, sure.
Great. And that's my turn.
All right, who's up?
It is Spell Sword.
Spell sword. Okay, there's one there. 30 feet. Can you
Anthony.
see one there?
Dude, man, that's a big group.
How does structure impede on anything?
It's from the sky, isn't it?
From the sky come from me, baby.
That
I
you're
thought you
thinking
go
of.
like this, and it like.
That's
Radiance of the Dawn.
nope. That's sacred flame. Kind of comes from above in a way.
How you doing there, Matt?
Fireball.
It's okay, I'm looking up a spell.
Oh, bitch.
He can't.
Yeah, he can.
No,
He can see us.
No, he can't.
Okay, he's going to stay there. So
Oof.
hold an action.
Whoa, don't
I
like
think
deep.
there's one other spell sword. Yeah.
Well, I hate that he's holding an action.
30.
I hate that.
Can't hold an action when you're dead.
Just don't
And if
get
you break
closer
their
or reveal
concentration,
yourself further, and he'll lose a spell slot.
Okay, that's it.
There we
you have to
go.
concentrate on holding.
It's regular bandage.
Yes.
And so if you get damaged and you lose your
You
save,
can lose
you
it,
can
yep.
lose the spell, right?
Regular
Spend the spell even.
Yep. Yes, he has already cast the spell. Even
Yeah.
though he hasn't used it, but yes. What was it?
Regular
Sorry.
bandits.
Regular bandits. Okay, there's one in here.
Oh.
Come on.
It's 20, and with a dash at 60. So
Oh,
40
guys,
more.
this is. I thought this was gonna be like habanero spicy. This is like ghost pepper spicy. I wasn't ready
And
for
then
this.
2 bandits up here.
Spicy situation.
Okay, they're done there.
Oh, I hate how much I love.
Who's after the bandits?
After the bandits, it's the wargs.
Wargs. All right,
Ooh,
wargs.
here they come.
Sort of
You're right in front.
charging forward here.
No, I was blocking. I'm blocking.
Yeah, Graven and Erland in front of me.
Quick paw prints 1, 2, 3, 4 on the cobblestone there. And this is going to be a bunch of attacks on Erland. Okay.
They have multis.
They do not.
Love that.
6 to hit
Misses.
and 22 to hit.
That hits.
Jesus.
Ow.
Eight piercing damage.
Ow.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh God. Is he gonna try to throw you off?
So he grabs you by the leg and
Oh.
13 passes. Okay, so you can tell he bites in your leg and then tries to pull back, like as if to make you fall backwards as he tries to pull on your leg. So you kick off at the last moment. You kind of give him a little boot on the snout as he backs up. Okay, that is the wargs.
Sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter. Okay,
Oh,
we've got
damn
a
it.
couple of those.
See us right now.
Look out here. He's not going to really see that, so he's going to come down. He's going to take a little hop off this. Hoop.
Ooh.
Takes
Takes damage.
2d6. Stupid damage.
So working his way there. This one still trying to get his stuff on, so he's not going to go now. And I think
Wow.
that's the sharpshooter.
That bandit leader.
The bandit leader. Okay.
How he zipped himself in his zipper.
Door.
Wait. Oh, okay.
30. Another 30 here. You can hear someone in the distance kind of shouting orders kind of in the background. Okay, bandit leader's done.
Graven.
Raven's up.
Come on, Gravy.
Hold this as long as we can, and we maybe retreat. How far away is the doorway from me right now?
Like 40 feet. Like the edge of the doorway is 40, 45, 40, 45.
Who do I see through there? How many can I see?
No one.
I see no one.
Yep.
Okay.
You move a little to your right, a little to
That
your left.
is the
strafe.
bollocks.
Strafe.
Those dogs don't have any damage on them.
Not yet. Nope. Safira killed the one that had the damage on it.
And how close are the dogs to the doorway?
25 feet.
Okay. I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon
Okay.
right behind the dog on the left. And I get to immediately make an
Sort of
attack
mirrored image of your
of my
your mace there. Yep, appears behind the warg.
When you cast a spell, make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. So, here we go. That is a 11 to hit.
That will miss. So as soon as that flash appears behind it, immediately the warg kind of just backs up a little bit and the mace swings wide.
And then I will use my action to try to dong him.
Okay.
With Toll the Dead.
9.
He will fail, and he will take 2d8. For he has not yet been damaged, but now he will take 14.
There we go.
14 necrotic
Come
damage.
on.
And then I'll walk up to face him here.
Okay.
Yeah. If another.
Erland and Graven sort of holding strong between the pillars here.
Two best friends.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Nope.
Who we got next?
After Graven, it's the thief.
Okay. The thief is the only thief.
Steals from you without you even noticing.
20, so he's got another.
That dude's gonna try to fucking backstab some motherfucker.
Maybe he's gonna backstab his friends.
That's
Yeah,
it.
maybe.
Who's after the thief?
After the thief, it's bandit medic.
Okay.
Ugh.
25 there, so another with dash, 40, no, 35. There. Okay, he's done.
All right, after bandit is Erland.
I'm gonna attack the warg that has already been hit.
Okay.
Natural one.
Oh, here we go. There we go.
18 to hit.
That will hit.
No,
Moving
fucking time for this.
moving past it.
No time.
No time.
Keep losing connection to the board.
Another one. 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
That sucks so much. I'm just gonna use.
Don't do it.
No, I'm not gonna use a key point. I'm just gonna use my extra unarmed strike here. So
No, we're good.
Too much
Good.
bad shit happening. That
It
the
was
board's like
5 more damage. You said?
five bludgeoning damage.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me clear. Oops.
I
Sorry, a little peek into the window.
I had done 14 earlier, if that helps.
Yeah, so it should be 19, correct?
Okay. Yeah, if he's only done 5, yeah. I'm just saying.
Okay, great. Facts are facts.
So miss, and I hit him, and then I'm gonna come down with like a leg, trying to stomp his little cute dog head.
They are not cute.
says you.
9 to fucking hit.
We'll miss. So these sort of very dexterous, they have these sort of large humps on their backs. They have these arched, kind of low to the ground
Fine.
heads.
Keep moving. Come on.
I can't.
Bobbing and weaving back
I'm
and
just
forth.
gonna fucking sit there like a nerd.
Okay.
Like a nerd.
Who's next?
Fuck.
That was Erland Rally Master.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Rally Master.
We might have to run. We'll see how a couple of rounds go here, but
We gotta run before it's too late to run.
yeah.
20
These
feet.
dogs are first, and then let's start.
Just
We're not here for our health. We're here.
within 90 feet that it can see. Okay. They're both within.
rallying.
So as he sort of moves, you see behind this wall over here, sort of a large kind of flag being carried that's sort of just poking up above the walls, and you hear kind of a. And both of these wargs get to take their reaction to attack a target.
Oh my god.
And they're
But
gonna
it's
go.
their reaction, though, yeah?
That is their reaction,
Okay.
and they're
But
each
they
gonna
stupid.
attack one here.
Bring it on, bitch.
Raven 14 to hit.
Miss.
Erland 13 to hit.
Miss.
Great.
And now they can't react until the end of their next turn.
Which is
right?
soon. It's before your next turn. Sorry, buddy.
It actually resets at the start of their turn, but yes.
Filthy dogs.
And that is the Battle Master, or the.
All right, top of the lineup with Safira.
Shoot it.
Okay, yes.
Shoot
So which
her!
one's more damaged here?
The one in front of
Only
Graven.
one that's
I'm gonna take a
damaged.
bonus action at first to move my hunter's mark to this guy.
So,
And then I'm not shooting at disadvantage, am I, from here?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll move a little bit.
It's 14 to hit.
that will hit.
Man, it's a good thing that my modifier is high because that's 7 piercing damage. That's 13 piercing damage. And
He's gone.
He is.
He's gone?
Down. Yep.
Okay, great. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot at the next one. Then I can't move.
cannot move it,
Cannot
yeah.
move it, but that's okay. Jesus, Mary
rolls aren't good on
motherfucking.
You're fine.
Christ.
You're
Fine.
fine.
Those rolls still suck.
13 to hit.
That will hit.
Wow.
It's a dog.
A very
Doesn't
dodgy
have
dog. If you're close
armor.
up, it's much harder to hit it.
Yeah, you can't roll shit, but you can roll low. It's fine.
You rolled
Okay.
bad.
That is 9 piercing damage. I'm rolling Colossus.
It is not hurt.
Oh,
That's true.
never mind. I will not. So that's just 9 piercing
So
damage.
9 piercing.
Sorry.
Okay.
And that is all for me.
Uh-oh.
What's going on?
Is it not,
There it is. It's there. We'll figure out the kinks. Okay, great. Couple of
Figure out
shots
my
there. You
kinks.
staying where you are? Oh, I put it on Safira. That's why.
Oh.
You,
No,
don't have
I'm
It's not through it.
fine.
Ow. Yeah.
I have a phantom pain.
From hurting the
sympathy
doggos.
pains from hurting the wall. No movement. Are you staying?
No, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay, you got it. Who's next?
It's armored bandits.
Armored bandits. Yes, we have some of those.
Oh my god, Graven.
I mean,
Gather together.
if I
holding
haven't really
close.
seen anybody in there.
They're
You can hear things getting
I
closer.
can hear
You can
things-
hear like
okay.
armored boots.
All right.
That is.
They're all holding. It's like go through the door.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't we? We would do the same.
Okay, that's the.
Oh my
armored
god.
Yeah. if I hear, it's coming this time.
You can hear them?
I'm coming.
Next is
Yeah.
Orba. So you said I could see like a little banner going up and
Yep,
down?
you could see his banner over these trees here.
How far away are those trees from me?
35, 40 feet, depending on
Okay,
where in the
so,
trees.
so let me know your thoughts on this. I'm considering casting Summon Undead, because it has to be on a spot I can see within range.
Okay.
Casting a ghostly summon on top of like those trees or like a flat surface there that could then drop down into that area.
Sure.
Ooh, surprise!
All right, so Orba's gonna take out the skull that didn't disappear the last time he was over here. She saw the skull, she takes it out,
Brony jabroni.
and this time she casts a ghostly.
Ooh. So spooky.
Oh, I
Ooh, the rat.
Bravo guy.
Yeah.
little guy?
What you're on.
This one?
I like him.
Yes, I like him
So,
too.
like, as long as it's within 40 feet of this tool.
No, this one can't be named Bony Jabroni. He has no bones.
Within 40 feet of what?
It's a no bones day.
Yeah, like, something I can see that's near.
Oh, I'm having a no bones day.
So does this creature have a like flying or hovering speed?
He does.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say if you cast it on top of that, there it would like crash through the branches. But if it can hover, it can
Yes.
stay up there. Cool.
Yes, it's got
Okay.
40 feet of hovering.
And you watch. Very scary.
Okay, so. Hi, friend.
You don't have any friends.
He looks back.
There's a lot of people in here.
Okay.
Jesus
So,
Christ, get the fuck out of here.
So I don't know if I should be here, actually.
Friends, we just work together.
You're a client.
Sorry.
I'm gonna Orba's gonna hold my position and end the turn.
Okay.
But immediately after Orba,
His initiative takes right after.
yes.
Right?
So let me just write down spirit. Okay, so
I'm
what the
afraid you're
spirit's gonna
fine.
do? Let's see. No. All right, so deathly touch. So he's gonna get within melee range of this tool
You can indeed do so.
and make a melee weapon attack.
Alright.
Let's see.
Hello.
So it's plus 7. 26 to hit.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, so it's 1d8 plus 6.
Shit.
11 necrotic damage.
Right.
And
Nice.
the creature must succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Or
Or be frightened of this creature until it
We are very powerful here.
yeah, we're very.
Don't
get cocky. 4.
Okay, so he's scared of the ghost.
Okay.
Amazing.
Wait.
So he's gonna, like, glitch into the corner?
The target's next turn.
Okay, so immediately, as he's sort of shaking his banner, he was sort of rallying those dogs there. He watches the creature come down, takes a swipe, and like pulls some of the essence out of him, and he drops the banner and he starts to kind of
Good job, buddy.
He can't rally.
So, how much movement did the ghost use to
15. Get down there.
15?
Yep.
Okay, so he's got 25 left. Well, he's gonna be forced to go into there, so he can like pass through stones and stuff. Yeah, but I don't want to fuck with. You're about to do something, so I don't want to fuck with it. I think I'm just gonna.
Graven's like,
Sense it.
I'm gonna hold the ghost there for this turn.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay, what's next?
After that, it's the spell sword.
Spell swords. There's 2 of those, and one of them's here.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Can you hear the footsteps?
yes, I can hear the
Gather.
footsteps.
You're only gonna get one of these off before they
Yeah, I
don't
know.
gather again.
Oh yeah.
Okay, they are done.
never gonna
Spell swords are
see
done.
them.
Who's next?
Regular bandits.
Regular bandits. Okay. I think there's only one on the ground. Yeah, there it is. He's gonna get up behind here.
Oh my goody.
Don't worry,
goody,
everybody,
goody
don't worry.
goodness. Why?
And that is the bandits, the regular bandits.
Wargs.
Wargs. Okay, so this last warg here, it's sort of valiantly fighting. He's gonna take another bite at Erland there.
Come on, buddy. Don't.
Natural 20.
Wow.
I was rooting for you.
Special.
Oh,
good
bad damage
boy.
rolls. 4 doubled 8, 9, 10, 11 piercing damage. Gonna need you to make a strength saving throw.
Got your girdle?
We also have wholeness of body still.
Oh, you have wholeness of body?
He has
Fuck. 9.
9. Erland's gonna get pulled to the ground there.
Shit.
As he grabs you by the boot and you just slip off the back foot, falling to the ground.
So is he just prone?
Yeah, he's just
Okay.
prone.
He's not gonna like
Shoot me now!
Shoot me now, sharpshooters! With his back feet up like this.
That's disadvantage.
Like UFC.
That's the warg. It's just
Okay,
the one.
sharpshooter.
Okay, sharpshooters.
Stuck.
Okay, this one is now finished getting his things on. I'm gonna replace him with the correct.
It's just his hands.
Nope.
Oh, what have we done?
Got his stuff on, but that.
What do I do?
And then he's gonna take 30 feet back out here. Great. And then this sharpshooter is gonna come up here.
Fuck this guy.
Okay, he can see Graven over this wall.
Oh,
there. So looking through there. And he's gonna take a shot at Graven. Although, how far? Yep, 85.
Can I?
Oh, no.
I can see him. Right?
Yeah, you saw him. You saw a little figure kind of peek behind that wall and then rest his forearm just on the front there.
I think warding flare. I think I have to be within 30 feet. Yeah, 30 feet of you.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Ooh, I might not use that right fast.
17 to hit.
Yes!
You hear that arrow and then
Hey!
Oh!
Is it a regular sized arrow?
yeah, it looked his sharpshooter arrow. Yeah,
It looked really big.
No, because there's been things.
He's like, look at that small arrow.
It's a regular size. Like we've encountered stuff that I can't fucking swat away.
Yep, and he's gonna make a second one here.
Oh, no fair.
That's over 20. 23, dirty 23.
That hits.
God, I can't wait to see how much damage this does.
10 piercing damage.
Okay. I will use. I'm up soon, right? Yeah. I'll use my reaction to use stones and.
Okay, great.
Come on, buddy. Come on.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
there we go,
9
there we go,
plus
there we go.
3. I think gets it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
40.
So
Nice.
the stone skin kind of comes up, and the arrow sticks in, and then it just falls out as Graven hardens his skin against
There
the
we
attack.
go.
So cool.
Okay, that is the sharpshooters.
Bandit leader.
Bandit leader, creeping ever closer here. Okay, that's it.
Graven.
Next, Graven's up.
Hearing the clinking, clanking, quick footsteps. Actually, first, I'm going to use a bonus action to. Is that weapon still within melee
within
of
melee,
that?
this one,
It
yep.
will make a quick slash at him.
Oh, come on.
8 to hit.
8 to hit.
Yeah.
That will miss.
Taking all his frustrations with that and looking to his comrades and finding a spot just about 20 feet past so that everybody kind of just
past.
within.
I mean, you can't see exactly where they are, so are you saying
Exactly.
20 feet past the entrance?
20
Okay.
feet past the entrance.
Past the other side? Because it's a
Yeah.
little tunnel.
As in, because it's a 20-foot radius,
So
and I
20
want
feet past here.
yes, so that the edge of it hits
Great.
anybody who's like right around the corner.
You got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, come on.
And it's a 20-foot sphere.
It is a 20.
Oh my god, that's a lot of dudes.
Foot sphere.
So
20-foot radius. So 40 feet, kind of.
Oh, 20-foot radius.
Yeah, 20-foot
okay.
radius.
Oh, baby.
20-foot radius.
Yes.
That. So that's gonna get everyone except this guy.
Does
over
it get the
here.
sharpshooter behind the thing as well, or?
No.
Oh, that sounds like-
I mean, I'd rather have these 6
Yeah, I
in
know.
the front.
Singe the arrow.
Okay.
All right, so they have to make
Just
dexterity
like flash
saving
photography
throws.
for a second where he's like,
Yeah, dexterity saving throws.
I think the easier way to do this is you roll the damage first, because I gotta go through a bunch of different types of people.
Okay.
I mean, they have to take
Different,
their
like,
yeah,
modifiers.
just half or full.
Come on, baby.
Not great
Okay.
at all. That is pretty bad. In
Oh my
fact.
god.
Wow.
oh,
Wow.
no.
Wow.
Wow.
Dude.
1, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 21.
21 damage.
Fucking
So much.
fireball
Was that the
damage.
same amount as last time?
Regular bandit's gonna go first. Natural one. So it was what, 21?
21 on
Okay,
a
so
fail.
that one's regular.
Fucking believable with these fireballs.
21
Listen,
damage.
hey, it's
Okay,
great though
this-
because a
now
lot of
the
people are
armored
damaged now. I can
ones.
fuck them the
That is a 18.
That'll pass.
So that's 10 damage. 14?
pass.
Okay, let me do those really fast.
What were those? Those were the.
These are the armored ones. There's one more to go too.
Fucking real.
Oops. 10 damage. And the third armored one. Let's roll as well.
Yeah, that's better than that.
7.
Fail.
Wait, this one didn't. Oh, he did get it on there. Okay, so this one takes the 21. Let's do this thief here.
Oh, that's the thief. That's good.
That is a 18.
That'll pass.
He takes no damage. He has the evasion ability, which lets him on a pass on a saving throw take no damage. Spell sword here. That's gonna fail. 6 on
Fail.
that, so
Here
he
we go,
takes the
come on.
21.
Now we just have to have all of them fail.
And this is the medic.
Ooh,
12.
Fail.
Fail.
dead, right?
1
Yeah, they're all
He's
dead.
gonna do an AoE heal and negate this completely.
the last one is the bandit.
Said medic, not
here.
cleric.
That's gonna be 21.
Yeah, that saves.
So 10 for the bandit.
That's still like 80 fucking
An explosion of flame just inside. For those of you who can't like see all the way in like Graven can, you just see like a burst of light kind of coming up over the top of the battlements there.
And
Yeah, a lot of sounds of like people patting out fires and things.
Wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be, but here we go.
Okay, yep, that was everybody there.
All right, I'm
Any
still
movement?
within melee of this guy.
You
right?
are, yep.
Yeah, so that's it.
Okay.
okay, after Erland, it's the Rally Master.
The Rally
Who's
Master.
here?
So,
Graven is a thief.
No,
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Graven's
thief. Sorry.
the
Thank
thief.
you.
The thief. Now, after everyone kind of took some damage from that fireball, you hear people sort of, "Oh shit! Get away! Move! People like just kind of scattering, a little spreading out a bit here.
Yeah, you idiots. This is a little spicy for these idiots who ran up in
There's
here
sort of
and
bushes
caused a
here.
bunch of ruckus.
That would be very scary.
I'm being very hypocritical.
There's ghosts appearing. There's fireballs happening.
Okay, that is the thief.
All right, after thief, it's bandit medic.
Man, a medic. Okay, he is going to
Heal himself because he's a little bitch.
going to cure wounds on this guy
Oh,
here.
Sorry, he's got
What is that one?
spells.
it's like 1 or 2d8.
That's like 2.
Sounds like
Alright.
2.
10 total.
Okay.
Okay.
Who did he just heal?
The spell sword there, one of the spell swords. And then he's gonna back up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I want to get this guy.
Okay, that is the medic.
All right, after medic, it's Erland.
Okay.
Erland's gonna get himself to his feet.
Come on.
Use an. I'm gonna use an action to use wholeness of body.
Okay.
Heal 18, so I'm almost back at full.
Oh yeah.
Wow, you take a lot.
Taking a lot of damage.
Yeah.
That's an action. Do I want to maybe? If I do, remind me on this. If I do like spine buffer now, and then do breathe earth afterwards, does that increase? It has to be anything I cast afterwards.
After, yeah, you have to breathe theirs first because it amplifies the casting of the spell or the ability.
Okay. I'm going to use. I'm gonna do nothing. That's my turn.
Okay. Who's up next?
After Erland, it's the master, the rally master.
Okay, Rally Master. So he has to. He is frightened.
Yeah.
Pogodogo really got Riley on that last one.
What?
Spell sword, spell sword.
Spells word.
Oh my god. That's pretty good.
Okay, he's he doesn't want to incur a attack of opportunity, so he's not going to move. He's just going to take the dodge action.
Oh, they can do
Sort of
that?
turns and can do what?
Oh, I guess that frighten's different than like fear, right?
There's some. It'll specify. It'll say like. The creature's frightened, and while the creature's frightened, they must use their movement to get away from the creature. It doesn't always do that.
Okay.
Just the frightened condition means he has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while he can see its source of fear, which he can.
Okay.
And he can't move closer to the source of fear, but he doesn't have to run away, or so he's just taking the
Got
dodge
it.
action, cowering there, sort of against the wall.
But doesn't he
here.
want to?
No, he wants to crawl into a ball.
Damn it!
Pretend that thing's not there.
Damn.
And it's the top of the lineup of Safira.
All right.
He's more of a freeze response.
Buckle up.
Definitely more.
Yeah. Okay. So let me go ahead and move my hunter's mark because I can now to this warg here, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot at him.
I mean, the fact that we can take it out.
That's a 21 to hit.
Will hit for sure. He's
Thought
already
it
damaged.
might.
Fuck him up.
Thought it might. Oh,
That's bad.
God. Okay, that's 5
Save.
piercing damage. Hang on, I'm not done. That's 8 piercing damage, and then I'm rolling Colossus. That's 12 total piercing damage.
Nice.
Excellent.
No.
It's okay. I get another shot.
Get another shot.
I'm gonna take another shot.
You may.
Get out of my way.
Did you just do math wrong, Matt? Was it
Oh
12
my
damage?
God.
And it had 9?
It was yeah.
That's 20.
That is
12 and 9 is 21.
Yes.
I thought I was losing my mind there.
Me too. But I also
No,
don't trust myself to do math ever.
Let me
That
double check.
is
I
a
just wanna double
14
check.
to hit.
That'll hit.
Thought it would.
Oh, I hit clear.
Okay, that's 9 piercing
21.
damage.
That's gonna do it there.
Okay,
There you
that's it.
go.
Great.
So Safira clearing the way here for everyone,
with
one warg
confidence
at a time. There's a number of kind of sort of furry corpses that are pushed to the side here.
Okay, all right.
Cool.
All right.
Now we need
Love
to
standing right
vision.
there. Now what?
I'm just kind of
Oh.
I'm
don't hate
gonna
this
close
position.
I'm gonna close in a little bit.
don't
So
worry
can
about
I
it
get behind that pillar then that's up
Still need to- I'm
front?
gonna check
This one?
Yeah, if actually, there's those little mushrooms are on the right side. Can
Like
I
up
kind
here?
of get behind that pillar?
Not quite.
I can't?
You can get kind of up there, but not all the way behind the pillar.
Alright, if I can't get all the way behind the pillar.
If you were to
that's
like climb up to this and stand here, maybe next turn, yeah, you'd be able to make it all the way up there.
Okay, great. Then I'll do that and
Hop onto
I'll,
this
I'll
little sort
hold here
of
for
broken
now, then.
part of this column.
What if we negotiated right now, guys?
Okay. Who's
Negotiations
next?
tools. Armored bandits.
Armored
We're
bandit.
past that.
Hide.
All right,
We killed
so
2 of
in
your
their
men, but
time
we
that
like
they've
you now.
spent behind here, they have swapped out weapons, so they are going to
Okay.
each peek out and fire off a. They have crossbows, so they're gonna fire here.
Oh, did my fireball mess up anybody's holding of anything?
Yes, but they're
we don't know that.
yes, but you don't
yeah.
know what or exactly what happened. Okay, this is gonna be. They're gonna fire at the biggest target they can see, which is Graven.
No!
Me.
I'm going like this.
I will warding flare the first one.
Okay. The right thing.
Because I've had my turn. Where are we now? I'm
We
sorry.
are at armored bandits.
I used a reaction to use Stone's Endurance
The
against.
reaction comes back at the top of your turn.
You
Who
used
hit me?
endurance with sharpshooter.
With the
so
sharpshooter.
That you
So
have-
I've had a turn, so I can do this.
Okay.
Okay.
You're warding flaring the first one.
First one.
That's not gonna hit. 5 to hit.
Miss.
Okay, so the next 2 without disadvantage. 15 to hit.
Miss.
And then dirty 20.
That will
So
hit.
the last one, Graven's, and then the last one is swiping at the others. That is just 6 piercing damage. And they are going to use their movement to get back out. Oh, okay.
Do you take damage? Sorry.
Yes. 6.
Okay, that is the armored bandits. Who's next?
Orba.
All right.
Okay. Lord, can I see anybody if I poke my head out? Of
Nope.
anything? I see nothing. I see nobody.
If you go a little further, like over to where Safira and Graven are, you can see in the distance that sharpshooter with cover behind this thing.
Gosh,
here.
how far are they from me?
Pretty far, but not
Gorge.
like 195 feet.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll poke my head out,
Okay.
and I will cast Chill Touch.
He has
Hey.
cover, but he.
Sure.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Ranged spell attack. Yeah. 60. All right. Ranged. 22 to hit.
that will hit.
Fuck
There we go.
yeah.
With the cover there.
Come on.
One, 2d8.
Come on.
Why am I rolling with my left hand? Oh, I'm gonna keep doing that. 11
Okay.
product
Go.
damage
Okay.
and disadvantage
heal.
on attack rolls until the end of my, against me until the end of my next turn. So if he attacks me, which he probably won't.
That was which attack?
Chill Touch.
Chill touch does that?
Disadvantage against you? Have you just never used that?
Wait.
Yeah.
this
Chill
shouldn't
touch is
be
the
till-
non-healing one.
Yeah, I thought Chill Touch was the one where they couldn't heal afterwards.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
You also get.
Yeah,
Oh, we just haven't been saying that?
yeah.
Oh, no. If you hit an undead target, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against you until the end of next turn.
You definitely
Look,
did.
it's been a while.
You still didn't
not
say that
dead.
during the fucking.
We
thing.
did
Yeah, but it
realize
only applied,
that.
like,
Yeah,
twice.
We did realize that. Okay.
And I would have
He does not have a disadvantage, but
Great.
can't heal and
Can't heal.
hit.
And here's a question. Those guys are ranged. Who's after me? Spells and shit. Sharpshooter. Okay, I think Orba is going to.
What are you whispering about?
I don't know what they were whispering about. Orba's gonna. Fuck, sorry, just give me 2 more seconds. I just want to check something. Can you just show me 60 feet in the direction of all the enemies?
I
just
mean,
so I
it
can
doesn't
see
reach
it?
any of them if that's what you're trying to
No. I'm just curious about it.
Gets you like just past the kind of lip of the
Got it.
of the overhang.
What kind of damage? That's probably too late. I got hit with piercing damage, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
Oh, never mind. I have slashing on right now. Sorry.
Orba's gonna go back behind the temple thing.
Okay.
Thing.
Pillar.
Pillar. Yep, that word. Okay.
Alright.
After that, it's my spirit.
Okay.
So I think I'm just gonna take another thwack at this guy.
Okay, it's with disadvantage. Or is it now a straight roll? It might be a straight roll.
Is he prone?
No, he took the dodge action.
Wait,
No, you don't have advantage against him unless it says that you do on yours. So he has disadvantage on this attack.
Okay, and let me just make sure.
The ghost looks at him and he's like, little
Till
bitch.
the end.
Wait, somebody else.
He's technically not. He's also technically not frightened anymore.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's at the end of his turn.
Okay, right.
Okay. Yeah.
When
fuck it,
was?
let's just do it.
Has he had a turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Alright,
Took
so
the dodge action.
Disadvantage. Oh, 20 to hit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, there we
13 out of
go.
15.
Come on. Here we go.
Okay, so 1d8 plus 6. That's a 1.
Oh my god, what about your left hand?
I should have done my left hand. I'm pulling cards. 7
nice to see.
damage.
Okay.
And then make another wisdom save.
Okay. 11.
There we go. Come on.
And I
Once
tell my ghost to
again.
stick his ethereal little tongue out. Yeah, just like that. Did it. Alright, that's my turn.
Okay.
Spell sword.
All right. Spell sword.
Terrible.
I mean,
I don't love that I'm standing in the middle of this fucking
here.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
I'd like to
Look
not do
out
that.
there. Let me get the right thing.
Again?
No.
Oh, him. I see what you're saying.
How many third levels do you have?
Just two.
Oh, so you need.
I'm just gonna do a ranged spell attack here. Out on Erland.
Oh, why did the fucking
Because you're standing out in the
why
open.
didn't the dark guy shoot me? I like them better.
Don't stand out in the open.
21
Do
to
this.
hit.
Yeah, that hits. Yes, obviously I need to get into cover. I'm sorry, I was preoccupied with a dog attacking me.
12 psychic damage.
God damn it!
Ow.
You're kind of, it like rattles your head and your eyes kind of go fuzzy for a
Fucking
moment.
fullness of body already.
And then you look back to where he just sort of reached out his arm. And he's going to duck back behind here. Wait on the inside.
It was psychic damage?
Yep, that was psychic damage. And is the other spell sword here?
Magic can't put me to sleep.
He's gonna come all the way out.
He's not gonna be able
Oh,
to
thank
walk.
the
attack
gods for
Graven
that.
there. 19 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, come on. We gotta get in cover.
14 psychic damage.
Ooh, you guys, we gotta go. 14?
Yep.
Are you not doing well? What health do you have?
That's 30 out of 50, bro.
He does
This
not
is-
have enough
I have
movement to
31.
get back out of range, so he's gonna.
Can't
be
do
on
this
the-
for
Oh, guys,
5
he's
more
visible. He's
rounds.
visible. He's
Yes,
visible.
he
Visible.
is visible there through the
He's
tunnel.
Light him
visible
up.
for Safira.
Who's after the spells?
After spell sword, regular bandits.
Okay, regular bandits.
If we can get ourselves hidden, then we're in a stalemate.
Okay.
That's lovely.
We're good.
Oh, that was it.
Lovely.
Wards.
Stalemates are
Are they
wards
all
are dead,
dead?
yep.
Okay,
Wards-
sharpshooters.
Sharpshooter. Okay. This one back here is going to fire at Graven. 2 attacks here. 12 to hit
Miss.
and 16 to hit.
Miss.
Fuck yeah, we
Go.
love that.
Come on. Here we go.
And then now the other sharpshooter has gotten his
Alright.
things together.
Ah, damn it.
And he's gonna take a position right up next to this guy. And he's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna take 2 shots at Graven here.
Curse you.
Oh, come on. Come on.
14 to
Miss.
hit.
There we
My
go.
bad. 22 to
God
hit.
damn it,
23 to hit,
mother.
actually.
That does hit.
Ah. Why?
It's 31.
7 piercing damage. That was a bow, actually, not a crossbow. All right, that is the sharpshooter.
Let's get ourselves
For
covered.
sharpshooters, bandit leader.
Bandit leader, okay. Bandit leader charges forward here into the open area.
There we go. I love that for
Peers out toward the bridge. She takes out 2 axes. And as you look, you see, as all these kind of blows are being exchanged, this frenzy of activity intensifying here on the bridge, a figure emerges kind of out of the shadow and into the open corridor that you can see into. that is dressed in half-plate armor. It's a dwarven woman with short blonde hair and has 2 engraved axes that look like part of a set. Like they're both kind of colored in the exact same way. They have matching colors. And she has very high cheekbones and kind of a turned up nose. And she has this kind of prevailing sense of disapproval about her as she stands out in the doorway. And about a half second of just looking around, watching the situation unfold, she spreads her arms with the 2 axes. Stop! Hold! And as you can hear everyone in like that's around her sort of hold their position. What do you guys do before she?
If she says stop, I'm gonna say take the opportunity, and I'm gonna kind of like not put my bow down, but I'm gonna like not step out, but like put my head out and kind of look as though I'm lowering my weapon a bit.
Are you trying to fake lowering your weapon, or are you actually lowering your weapon?
I'm lowering it a little bit, but not so much that I couldn't immediately knock it back. If that makes
Erland's
sense.
gonna put his hand up and loudly say, "Hold, hold." She's saying hold.
She looks to Graven, who she can see there.
I'll let my mace kind of fall to my side, like hitch it there.
Okay. You actually like put it away, kind of.
I mean, it's where I can
you'd
get
be able to grab
it.
it, of course, yes. But you
I'm not
actually like
dropping it.
Yeah,
but I will
actually,
slowly
like,
kind of
put it away,
put it to the side.
Great, and you watch her sort of bring her axes kind of down by her side. She puts one into one belt loop and one into the other, and she takes a couple steps kind of out toward the bridge area. So I'm gonna bring up the smaller map here, sort of walking her way out a little bit. And that's where we're gonna take a break.
Oh my god!
Wow, powerful lady.
With some possible negotiation
okay,
on the table here and a little
okay.
time to figure out what you
I have an
want to do
idea.
or don't want to do.
I have an idea.
That's where we're going to take a break.
I thought we were gonna just kill everything.
Don't knock your bow when people give you a sec. That's how our horses died.
That's true.
I didn't knock it. I unknocked it.
I know,
I
you
had it
didn't,
knocked,
but
and I
you
didn't-
seem like you might.
If you were gonna fake knock it like hold
Just whips it around. Oh!
Okay, so with a little bit of possible negotiation, possible just sort of ceasefire on the table here, maybe before things continue to unravel, that's where we're gonna take a little break.
What the?
We will come back
I have an idea.
and see what her terms are, as it were. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're breaking a little bit early just so we can chat and figure out what we're gonna do next. And then we will dive back in.
Guys,
See you
we
guys
killed
on
the
the other
horse.
side.
We killed the
Okay,
horse.
wait, hold on. Watch all the fun content during the break. There's all kinds of fun cute stuff. There's recaps of the last episode. There's all sorts of highlights and stuff. Go ahead and enjoy it. Okay, everybody, are we ready to go? Okay, here, I wasn't ready for this. Here we go.
Really thrown off your game.
And ba-choo!
Right back.
Welcome back, everybody, to Tabletop Notch. This is chapter 32 of season 2 of A Peek Beneath the Veil, and we are at a moment of tension here in the campaign. Standing here on the bridge leading into, I'll bring up the little mini map there, leading into this bandit fort that we received advance notice of from Emmett Nesbitt back in Kukati Cove. Possibly a stash of decent supplies, weapons, other items, but in order to get through there, possibly standing in our way is this dwarven leader of the bandits that has come out and put down her weapons in an attempt to negotiate or at least hear us out for the moment. Yes, of course. But before we dive back in,
Excuse me, sir. Oh, the bits are not on the fritz, guys, so
Huzzah.
get ready. Thank goodies, thank 500 bits. Jack Rabbit gave out 10 community subs.
Hey.
Scorpion J3 resubscribes. The goodies gifted a sub. Jack Rabbit gave out 5 community subs. Dressari gave out 5 community subs. Geoff Powers gave out 100 bits. Jaboni gave out 200 bits. Annabella LaRue resubscribed. Jack Rabbit Power gave out 20 community subs, and then another 10 community subs.
Oh.
Jack Rabbit Power is just the most powerful
Jack
Jack
feeling the
Power.
Jackrabbit
Ooh,
power.
he's within 50, or they're within 50 of Crazy Mocha.
Boy, the rivalry. No.
All right, everybody.
you very
so,
much.
yes, thank you guys so much. We're gonna dive back in here, and once again, sort of, she's put it's not down, but she's put the axes back in sort of little leather sort of loops on either side of her belt. She's taken a couple steps forward so that she's just under that kind of stone overhang up above her. And the two people that she can see very clearly are Erland and Graven. She can see Orba and Safira peeking out from behind the pillars, and obviously she saw arrows coming in and stuff. But so she sort of looks back and
She's a
forth
ghost.
Yeah, I was about to say.
between
Ghost.
what would you
I mean,
like
it's
it
got
to
an
do during
hour
this
of-
time.
of
Oh shit.
existence.
Oh my goodness.
So
I mean, they can't see it, and this guy has been sort of cowering while this is going on.
Yeah, can I have him
Just
use?
summon him.
No, he can't. You know, what's this little space just south there? That little
Sneak
pocket.
up on
This? It's just
South, literally south.
Oh, there's like a little kind of.
I'll see him.
Yeah, they'll see him. I guess I'll go into that house. I'll have it.
Okay,
pass
kind of
through.
drifts by him.
Yeah.
Oh,
He'll just hide there for. Yeah.
Okay.
He'll just hang out.
Okay. So she comes out a little further. Axe is down. She holds her hands up, not like up in the air, but just out to
same.
the side to show that she's not kind of holding anything in her hands.
I respect the boldness of your attempt, but you missed your shot. You're outnumbered, and without the element of surprise. I don't want to lose good men without the upside of gaining territory, but I will, if I have to.
What are you willing to lose then?
I'm not willing to lose anything. My offer is to let you walk away, because you fucked up your approach. Good try, though. Take your violence elsewhere.
And in trade for information, what would you give?
To whatever demand or bargain you might offer or concoct in your head, I'll give you a blanket response. No, not interested.
Well, the bandit troop, the Black Scabbards, the reason that we are here. You might want to take a look around within these walls, because information has made its way out to them. We know where your cache is. Yes, we were here to take it.
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
no!
Deception?
Deception, why is that untrue? You have bad intel?
7.
Our cash, huh? Sure. Turn around. Go either back the way you came, or continue through the lanes. We'll let you go.
We'll continue through the lanes.
If not a cache, then a secret entrance, something. Your ship is leaking. And while I don't want to lose anyone, either, there is benefit for you to trade with us.
What do you offer?
There is a route.
No,
You don't want information,
I don't want to repeat myself.
so you don't want to know where your enemies could be, where loot could be, you don't want anything new?
You assault my fortress, and then offer me things? I think not.
You were the one who was offering us something.
I'm offering to let you go.
If you continue down this road, then you realize you could continue to lose more and more of your...
Fine. Quiet.
Can you see up to the tower up there?
She motions, sort of jerks her head up toward that highest building in the corner.
Can you see the roof?
Can we?
Yeah.
I
don't know.
You can see up over the battlements to the top there. Motions with her hand. And you look up to the top there, where 2 additional bandits are kind of stationed up at that top area. And the 2 of them sort of walk over to what looks at first like a tent, like someone was sleeping up there. But they grab and pull this.
Yeah, for sure.
And behind and underneath,
Cannon.
you see the cylindrical iron shape of this black powder cannon that's pointing down toward the direction of the
How
of the
far
overpass
away
there.
is that?
This is from you guys.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Just 160 feet.
Okay. I just want... Okay. Just saying.
Like I said, you did a very nice job, but you didn't make it. And it's a good thing you didn't. So before we blow you off this bridge, turn around and walk away.
I'm gonna... Who has the...
And you can hear some rattling of like metal and sort of stretching of bowstrings. Not like in an attack position, but you can see people are trying to like peek out just to see.
Can I
kind
get
of
a
what
sense
negotiations are
of the
happening.
vibe of her guys? Like, are her guys kind of, oh please go away?
Give me an insight check.
Are they little wimpy assholes? Insight? I don't have any of that, man. Why couldn't you have asked me something nice? 7.
7. You get the sense that there's, as surface as you can tell, you sense no certainly obvious like terror. Like they're standing behind her pretty solidly. Like they seem ready to attack if she says so, or ready to stop if she doesn't. So they're kind of cracked.
Well, careful not listening to reason. The ship leaks.
Do you guys turn and go?
Don't turn.
I'm gonna take a few
Yeah,
steps
don't
backwards
turn.
first.
Okay. She just kind of stands there in the sort of base of the archway there. She takes a step back, so she's kind of back in the light there. And
Can we get a sense of like how far we're gonna have to back up to get out of range of that ballista?
it's a cannon, and you've seen cannons fire on ships before. I mean, well farther than you are, like significantly
I just wanted
farther.
to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start backing up. Turn around. Start.
We're going to proceed through.
And as you guys are backing up, she sort of turns to the closest person. Graven and Erland, give me perception checks.
Fuck, 7.
Guys.
And unable to hear what she kind of just mutters to the person next to her. And then the two of them turn and kind of slowly, occasionally peeking over their shoulder, head back into the
What did you mean by through?
Like, not back from whence we came.
Yeah, she said, I'll give you guys a choice to go back or forward through the lanes.
Through the lanes,
there.
and we want to go through the lanes.
We want to go through the lanes?
We're backing up.
Turn around. Keep some distance in between ourselves here, 20 feet or so in between us each, so that if something fires upon us, it doesn't hit us all.
Question about my ghost. Don't worry. If I move like well out of distance of it, it still stays in creation. I can still control it.
Does it say that?
I mean, it says casting is 90 feet. Creatures ally to you, takes turns immediately after yours, obeys commands, takes a dodge action, moves to avoid danger. It doesn't say anything about like me having far distance from it.
That it remains.
Okay.
Is there something you're trying to get it to do? It obeys verbal commands, and if you don't issue any, it just like stays and
Hangs
fends
out.
itself. Yeah. So you don't have
that
like
what
you
new-
don't you don't have like a telepathic link to it.
Got it. It
so-
has to hear me.
Yes.
Shout to it.
Can I have it? Where is it stationed at the moment on the map? Just remind me where it is. I want it to stay near.
Oh, that was on the right thing. There. It is. Why is this not?
It's in that house. I
Yes,
think what
it's
I mainly
northeast in
what I
that
mainly
house over
want
there.
is it to stay on that like outer perimeter of the building, so that if shit went down again, it could go through the wall and back into the fray.
Okay, you want it to like float up and over to the other side. Kind
It
of.
can go through too. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
prefer
just
it
through the wall.
not to
Yes,
notice.
so it's kind of hovering just outside the fort there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can even kind of see it as you're backing up, just sort of like hovering there on the edge. So we'll say as you were kind of walking away, sort of actually issued kind of an infernal command to it as it sort of worked its way outside.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay.
Damn it.
You okay?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, we're okay.
Okay. We're backing up.
Spread out, spread out. 20 feet between us on the path down.
Are we taking the true path or the bushes?
This, sorry.
True path.
I have access to it again.
Let's just get down
Hovering
to the
just over it. Yeah.
Let's try and set off the alarm spell as we walk through.
Might as well
Okay.
they know we're here.
It's not going to use up the spell.
Oh, I thought it was like a...
Let me double check.
It does not use up the spell.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't dispel it once it's used once. It stays.
You also don't
Alive.
know exactly where it is. You saw the sort of. So you guys.
20,
I mean,
25 feet between us. We We can reach each other, but hopefully not get all hit by the same thing.
Okay.
You all go first.
Erland will turn around and start walking.
Okay, yeah, so I'll bring up the map briefly here while we're still looking at it. So you guys walk down this sort of rocky pathway. You start to curl around the side, so you're walking with a little bit of space in between each of you. And this curls around to the left and starts to, or down to the right and starts to descend. And as you get a little further down the path, you can look off to your right and see that overpass that you guys were initially hiding under on your way kind of in here. And then a little bit forward, you start to move along this path.
And we can
just off.
still see up
Yeah.
there.
Yes, you can definitely still see
those
the,
guys,
yeah,
yeah.
that
So
has
I want to keep my eye on the cannon so that I can see if it moves.
It is not
It's
rotating.
okay.
It's pretty easy to see with the sky as the backdrop, and it is not rotating out here.
Does that cannon have a vantage point of where we think this entrance is?
Give me a perception check as you guys are moving down this path.
Because we're going to
here.
start to be able to
Yeah.
see it.
Perception 18.
So as you're moving along, you look over to your right and you see that sort of stone edifice that looks very similar to the one on your map. And if you were at the very base of this, whoa, I'm in the water. If you were at the very base of this, it would be difficult for the cannon to see that. But as soon as you kind of move off a little bit,
Okay.
but yes, if you were like right there, that would be probably out of sight.
Okay, so as we're walking, I guess, can we...
That was the 18 perception check too?
Yeah.
Also, you notice as you just are moving along the path, like poking heads out from here and here, you see just a couple
Oh my god, more guys.
people just watching you guys go down the path, making sure that you continue along.
Oh, the same guys that we were fighting. There's
you
more of
can't
them?
tell.
Presumably.
I mean, someone could have easily walked from there
Oh, okay.
over to
As
you
we
during that
walked,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can I kind of, if I were to quietly speak to my companions here, how
Oh,
likely would
definitely.
it
They're very far away. I mean, they're a
As
couple
we're kind
hundred.
of
Without some
slowly
kind of magical...
walking,
they can-
kind
they
of,
definitely-
you know, with our, I have my bow on my back, and I'm kind of, you know. So we have two choices.
Too quiet.
We can just keep walking.
There's no need to go back for Barbara now.
Well, hear me out. There's still that secret entrance or whatever, maybe.
They are watching us.
They are watching us presently, but...
They have a bit of a blind spot, maybe, in that exact spot.
You do not know that for sure. That could be exactly what they have their eyes on.
Okay.
From the inside.
So we don't want to try.
They can't get us from here.
You don't know what's in there. That could be the secret entrance that half of them are waiting behind.
It just feels like we've come a long way and done a lot to get nothing out of it, but we can just go
We
back.
got our lives out of it, did we not?
Look, I think it's possible that she was a bit concerned about how that was going. Obviously, she has a cannon, which is a bit of a problem, but all I needed to do was get within 60 feet of it. I could get myself up there, easily take those two guys down, and then have control of the battlefield. We could have won that fight. I want to make that clear. I don't know if we can win it
There were
now. I'm
dozens
just
of
saying
them.
I kind of wanted to check.
Regardless, is there any need to go back to Barbara?
Need? I suppose not.
She could have found a cockatrice in the night. We could go check on it.
But if we go back now, we are liars. If they watch us go back.
What do
I
you
don't
mean?
think they're going to shoot us because we're going the opposite direction.
Well, we have to get out of the lanes, right? Am I understanding the geography of this? If we want to get even just back on track to going to the Finlock Forest, we have to kind of get out of the lanes, no?
Sure, you guys are passing through the lanes on your way further northeast, so you've been in the lanes for a while. It's a series of little hills and canyons.
My understanding is that if we get to the bottom of this and keep heading west,
That's
that
the
is
opposite
through the
direction.
lanes.
Technically east in real, but yes, on this map. But yes, you are in the lanes, and that would lead further and eventually, presumably,
Right.
out of the lanes.
For us to take a U-turn to the right
Yep, you would
and go back the way we came would be going back out of the lanes to where we started.
in the opposite direction. Yes, yeah. That would be going back where you came through initially, and then out in that direction.
There is something to be said for going back, looking for more cockatrices, possibly helping Barbara, and then again coming through here and trying to see what we can see at the bottom of there. But I am also willing to forget about all of that and head east from right now.
Sure, we can do that. I I was thinking that we were in need of some supplies, but if not, then we should keep going.
Supplies? What kind of supplies? The
Oh.
loot that we were gonna get from here?
Supposedly, I mean, they had weapons that we could have stolen. They had potions, I'm sure. They had potentially magical items.
That is
I don't-
gone for now.
Okay.
You guys are getting down sort of lower and lower on this path. Give me perception checks from everybody.
Oh my god, that's a natural one.
11.
Or
I think mine's the highest.
I mean, just the only thing as you're moving further along is some of those heads that were sticking out. As you're getting a little further down the path and further away, some of them kind of disappear over the top. Just seeing it, sort of convinced that you're moving along the path. At least
And
you just watch them.
We see that. Are we getting about down to the pillars now?
Yeah, you're pretty close to that. Yeah.
All right. Do we go back for Barbara or not? I don't particularly care in either direction.
Well, I gave her my dagger, but
Oh.
it's just a shitty little dagger. I don't use it.
It would benefit me to destroy that book that Dane is holding.
what? Why?
For divine reasons.
Right, of course.
Well, if she hasn't found
Really is
Cockatrice
jealous.
antidote and we haven't found any, then it's a stone book that's attached to a stone man.
Understand.
Yeah.
How
So
important is it? Is it worth ripping a man's arm off? How
Oh,
long does
come
Cockatrice venom last?
That was part of the. You guys made a couple rolls.
Can I
about
recall?
it. Not.
Damn.
We run that
back up.
already.
damn!
How long does Cockatrice last?
How far away? How long do we travel? It's like an hour away, right?
Yeah, like an hour, two. We'll call it.
And we're still ahead of schedule with pockets, right?
Yep. I mean, yeah.
We have time.
I wouldn't mind just making sure she's okay.
And I suppose
If we go back there.
we can look for some cockatrices with our extra time, I suppose.
I mean, it's worth a shot. Surely there were so many of them.
Is destroying the book bad for the world, but good for you?
It is a book of prayers. I think it is, yes, I think it is mostly neutral for the rest of the world.
It will serve one entity and not serve the other. That's all.
Yes, but that one entity seems to be rather nasty. Are all the entities as nasty as your entity?
Yes.
I was gonna say, I think it's kind of a crapshoot, isn't it?
And right now, we kind of want one entity to be better than another entity
I suppose.
as we go to Finlock Forest.
As we're walking here, can I make sure that I have since we've been talking about the cockatrices, can I make sure I have my eye out for any scat, for any footprints?
Since
for
you've
any-
been in the lanes, you've seen none of that. That's
Okay,
they seem
great.
to be concentrated more in that forested area.
I'm just,
So then-
as we're walking, I'm just gonna keep an eye out.
I guess if we're turning back and walking through again, Roland's just gonna put his hands up, like on the back of his head,
A
Yeah.
cursory search.
and I'm gonna start walking sort of through from where we came.
Okay. So you pivot to the right around
Yeah.
those pillars and
Yeah,
start to move
I'm
back.
doing the same
through
thing.
that. Okay.
When we get both through here and through where we know thereabouts an alarm spell is, keep your ears open. We may want to run from here.
Yup.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Well, in addition to a couple things I want to look for as I'm walking through here. I want to listen for if as we're walking there's any point that I step on that seems to alert people, like if I hear action or something.
Sure. Yeah.
Kind of like if it's in someone's fucking head and they go and they start getting stuff together and to go check. I want to hear that. And I also want to see if I can see any sort of passageway as we pass by it.
Okay. So as you guys move along that sort of rocky underpass there, you'll go first. It doesn't take long to get to that point where. I'm gonna bring this up again. It doesn't take long to get to that point at the base of this edifice here where it looks like that thing is. I'll let Erland and one other person sort of leading the way, whoever's leading the way, try and take a look there.
Perception check.
Oh.
Am I making a perception?
Hold on.
Is it you or is it me?
It's only gonna matter so much.
I spoke
It'll-
first.
it'll-
I'll
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Yeah, Erland and
Okay.
Graven, give me perception checks.
Don't worry.
I'll never go again.
Don't worry.
8
11.
for me.
11. It's doesn't really seem to be much there. There's a lot of this kind of, shrubbery and sort of vegetation that's sort of growing up onto the stone there, and it's difficult to see through it to see what might
I'll
be
sort of,
behind.
as we're walking, I'll say, I don't see anything, but we'll hopefully have a second shot at seeing.
Right.
Okay, hopefully.
Nothing extra. Keep walking.
Shot at seeing.
We're gonna walk through here again in theory.
In what?
When we're going east.
We're gonna walk here again.
We go through this place again?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Ah, jeez.
We don't attack it, but yes, we may go through
You guys
it.
continue to walk along, and at one point, when just before you get under the sort of the bridge that you guys were crossing to go into the camp, you're sort of scuffling feet on the rock and pebbles there. And at one point, Erland just kind of taking the leads, takes a couple steps forward, and you immediately start to hear up above you. And just a couple steps later, two bows kind of look down over the edge.
We're backtracking. We're backtracking.
Listen, we just said we were going the wrong way.
Lost.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They don't know which way we came from.
They might. They know we
17.
17.
Sorry.
Be quick about it.
Yeah.
Sort of picking up the pace a little bit.
From where we were up there.
They're basically like leaning right over that edge there. Yep. You guys start to head back in the direction from whence you came.
Okay, and then especially as we're getting out of the lanes, I'm keeping my eyes out for any cockatrice, anything.
Okay. So you sort of reversing your combination of lefts, rights, straight aheads takes you back out of the lanes and into the wooded area where your investigation into the cockatrices kind of all began. And the group remains on high alert, Safira keeping an eye out for sounds, any distant clucks or warbles or scat or any signs at all, feathers. But other than the gentle treading of a few deer that kind of perk up at your presence and then bound quickly away, it's just stillness that surrounds you. Given their initial placement so clearly visible from the trail, you expect to find that solidified dwarf with ease. But the longer you walk,
Oh
the
no.
more uncertainty creeps in.
She.
Have you already passed it? Was it not quite the right area? Everybody give me investigation.
Oh my god, this bitch.
It's us. It's
This is
not
gonna be a
her.
whole session of going the wrong
Oh
direction.
my god, I can't roll over.
What am I looking? Investigation?
And you get a +3,
Yeah, I know. That's a
17.
21.
21.
15.
3.
Okay, so spreading out a little to cover more ground. Once you can, even without saying anything, just subtle looks to each other, people can kind of tell that everyone's sort of a little frustrated and uncertain of whether you're in the right area. You spread out to cover more ground. You leave no potentially petrified stone unturned. And it's Safira that spots something of interest, but it isn't a statue.
No, it's a dragging line, isn't it?
It's Orba's dagger
Oh.
that has been jammed into a nearby tree. And pinned to the trunk by her blade are a couple scraps of paper. And as you get closer, you can see some kind of scattered pebbles and fine dust on the forest floor. This may have been the spot where the two travelers stood when you first came upon them. So
Some dust on the ground?
like stone, like
Oh.
like little just dusting of stone.
Alright, I'm gonna kind of rip the paper from the.
You do. There's a note on the, so it's two, one on top of the other, and you read the first one. In the late evening hours, I heard a crumbling noise and came back to find that Dane was beginning to shed his condition. When he was released from his prison of stone, we rested and I told him of your assistance and how you rid the area of further threats. Without knowing when you might return, we chose to resume our journey to the Temple of Heptactor, and I promise to hold your words of caution close. As thanks and because of your keen interest, we leave behind a page from our Book of Prayer. I hope it provides comfort and order in times of great upheaval. Heptactor guide you on your travels, Barbara. So there's that piece of
Okay.
paper and then it doesn't mean anything to you, but some kind of prayer from the book.
And it's not a
Prayers
language I
Heptactor.
recognize.
Oh, it's in common. You can read it.
It's in common. Oh,
It's
great.
just,
Bullshit common prayer.
yeah, it seems like a prayer to Heptactor.
That doesn't like prayers.
Okay. Kind of signal. Hey!
Yeah. You heard Safira
Found
kind
something.
of wedge the dagger out from the tree.
Has it been an hour?
Yes.
Okay, my mage armor's gone.
Has it been 3 hours?
No, but it's getting close.
Plant.
If you head back, the plant will be active before you get back to the outpost.
Alright. Bad news. Looks like Dane was alright. He's shed his condition. And
Graven feels
she...
just a little bit of heat kind of on the back, the sort of frustration of being unable to sort of do anything with the book.
She left a page of the book. I know you wanted to destroy the whole thing, but you're welcome to burn this
It's
one.
not enough.
It says, "Oh, Heptactor, Lord."
Don't read it.
May I glance at it?
Safira just hands it over cautiously.
For the audience. Oh, Heptactor, Lord of the Pack, may your howl keep chaos in check. May your teeth be sharp and true, and your jaws grip those who'd misconstrue. But watch out for the foxes who prowl in the shadows of confusion. Their guile and slyness can unsettle and distribute the balance of what's proven. Oh, Heptactor,
I
master.
don't like this.
She's not reading it out.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's not Orba voice.
I know.
You thought
I
it
know.
was Orba?
It just it grates on my ears.
Your
My
thoughts
voice
are
grates
so
on yours.
loud.
Ugh.
O Heptactor, master of order, may our spirits hold through and keep your laws forever in view, for in your embrace we find shelter anew. Anew!
So, I mean, the words themselves, they don't mean anything in particular to you as far as you can tell, but some kind of prayer to Heptactor.
Well, nobody's reading this actually.
No, I'm not reading it
Okay.
out loud.
I'm like
God.
visually
They're,
reading
they're
it, but
not reading it out loud.
Okay.
but
Listen.
they're reading.
We don't need to pass by the bandit camp. If needed, we can go back to.
Sorry.
well, do you want to light it on fire? I mean, why don't you try that and see if that does anything?
No,
Why not?
Why don't we go to the temple?
not go.
But we should destroy it, right?
Are you all ready to go to the temple right now?
I'm ready, but I don't.
Honestly, if we wait even. Yes, if we wait an hour, even more, yes.
It'll be more than. I mean, you guys have to backtrack all the way back to that fork in the road and then head the other way.
Short rest.
Oh, sure. Yep.
I mean, we can if you really want to.
They're gonna die there.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, absolutely, they will.
Do you need to destroy the book before it gets placed on the thing?
I imagine that would help.
Well, the altar's probably in the building, and the elementals are probably outside of the building, or
Oh, that
scattered
helps,
about.
I suppose.
So they're gonna have to get past them.
So they'll probably die.
Unless, of course, this book offers some kind of divine protection.
Can
which
I see
suppose
that
it could.
prayer? Can you unclench it? I'm not going to read it out loud.
Well, don't you want to, like, do
I want to
something
see if it's a
Don't
riddle
want
or
it
something.
invoked
I'm not going
anyway.
to invoke it. I'm going to read it.
It's not a riddle. I'm not an expert on riddles, but I don't think
Prayers
it's a
don't need to
riddle.
be said out loud.
I'm not.
What if he just thinks the whole time, oh, this is stupid, this is stupid?
I'm
think
keeping
that's
this for now.
Graven.
Are you sure you don't? Okay.
I'm keeping this. If I get the book together, it gets all destroyed at once.
Okay.
Does anyone want this note from her?
It's also impossible to tell just by sort of looking around. Exactly, like she said, it was sometime in the night that he sort of was freed from the petrification. It's hard to tell what that might mean. I mean, it could have been like it could have been some time since they started heading to the temple. You don't know how far behind them you are.
Remind me the timeline for meeting pockets. We have how much time do we have to play with here?
Why are you looking at me? I don't know.
So
Sort of
probably
looking at that
like
side of the table generally.
like if not tomorrow, but the next day is when you're supposed to meet pockets.
And can we reasonably travel the distance we need to in a
Definitely,
day?
yes. You guys have some time to play with, but
Again,
This would be our last shot.
yes,
Yeah.
but also, depending on how long it takes us, then we don't get to do the mall fair ship.
That's just for a chess piece, though, right?
Okay.
Yeah, fuck them all.
But we will also be fully rested for the mall fairs.
Well, how are we feeling?
And taking that Temple of Heptactor route would pretty much guarantee you can't go then back to the lanes to check out the.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of backtracking.
Well, I suppose. Look, there's no. I have no personal preference between the going back to the bandits or going to the Temple of Heptactor. I really don't. I would say that having benefits to your power would benefit all of us when we have to fight whatever the fuck you're taking us to.
All right.
Yes? Am I wrong?
No, I agree.
No, I agree.
I agree.
I'm ready to go now.
Even though it's an unknown, I would rather, I suppose, head in that direction to see what we see rather than go back to these bandits who will be ready for us.
Yes.
Does resting an hour here affect us greatly? If we
Well,
move with some haste?
I'd like to catch up to Dane and Barbara if possible.
I would too, but the thought that I had, and it does make me sad, but it is probably a bit realistic. Unless this book is offering some kind of divine protection, then they might be dead when we get there, and then
Yeah,
it'll be
but then-
quite easy to destroy the book and get the fuck out, because we don't really need to kill these elementals if we just destroy the book and then leave.
I mean, that sounds easy then.
That's what I'm saying.
If we, nothing is ever easy, first of all. And
we shouldn't assume it will be, but
secondly, if we assess the battle and it seems more doable than whatever the fuck the bandits were doing. That was a lot of bandits.
We alerted them too soon.
I think the only way in was through the... Even if we had
We would have had to.
If
have
we
been
had
very,
somehow gotten
very
in
quiet.
and woken up one of the bandits, we would have been surrounded and in a much worse position.
Well, it's not gonna happen. So, do we want to go to Heptactor, or do we just want to go toward Finlock Forest?
I think it's worth a shot.
All right.
See what we see on the way to the.
This is up to you. This whole
I said
Finlock
see what we
Forest
see
and
on
Heptactor
the
are
way
all up to you.
the temple. Yes.
Okay. Can we go now, or do you
An
need a
hour.
rest?
An hour would help me, but
I'm all right, but if you need an hour, then I think we should take it.
I can also catch up.
No.
all rest
Let's
together.
not
No.
split up.
We all rest
yeah,
together.
No. No, we've done that before. Don't like it.
All right. Let's.
I want key voices now.
You
guys are
Let's find a spot.
at this point pretty familiar, having traipsed through the woods back and forth, and also like looked around when you were looking for the statues. There's a number of nooks and crannies here in the woods here that are good for just sort of sitting and having protection from the elements. It's easy enough to find a spot.
Good loadout elementals and stuff.
Are we taking a short rest?
Yes, I think that was.
All right, I am going to. I can do this on a short rest. I'm rearranging my friend.
You can.
Ooh, can I use my second wind before the rest?
Comes back on a short rest.
Yeah.
Yes.
You watch before Graven sits down, he gives like a gives a clench.
So what's the shit list contract for that? Can I have that one?
Yeah. Who has the temple?
One sec, I'm doing math. 30,
don't have any.
37. Oh, fuck yeah, 44. Back to full health.
So that's 5, 6.
Can I have that shit list?
I'm mathing.
You just said full health.
I need to input it.
Full health.
Input. I have to find it.
Oh my god. Based on whatever these creatures are, that's not the one I want.
Do you want the note about you?
I mean, sure. What do we know, or the party, as we're sitting and waiting, what do we know about golems and stone warriors collectively? Like, what their weaknesses are, how intelligent they are?
Not intelligent. I mean, you don't know exactly, like, you're not like, oh, I know the intricacies of a stone defender specifically, but they sound like sort of elementals, sort of sentries or guardians, which, elementals in general are resistant to some forms of damage depending on the type of elemental.
Uh-huh.
What else were you asking? They're not like particularly intelligent. They kind of just follow a purpose usually. They kind of have something in mind unless it's something.
Would we know anything about them having any kind of necrotic resistance or vulnerabilities?
Possible depending on the type of creature.
Okay.
Depending on what element.
And
it
are they
consists
known
of.
to have any kind of magical abilities?
They certainly can.
Okay. All right, so I don't have a useless slowdown. They can do pretty much anything.
Can I ask Orba very nicely to use her plant?
You want to role play it out, bitch?
No.
Erland asks
Really nicely. Well, we're all resting.
How's your plot look?
Oh,
Or we'll take it out.
how's Fred?
How does Fred look?
It's looking like it can be utilized once more, showing signs of life.
One of us should use that.
I agree.
Who wants it? I'm
Can you remind John it's inspiration, lower sepsis?
Yeah, lower
Or
sepsis
temp
by
HP.
1, temp HP of 2d4 plus 2, or gain inspiration.
Any one of us could benefit from it.
Can I try?
Yeah, why not? Have a go. I don't care. I don't need it. Does anyone? Do you want it?
We could all use it, I said. Benefits us all.
Well, actually, are you going to be needing it more in this instance?
I don't know, Erland. I'm saying that there is universal benefit to it. Have it if you're so excited about it.
No,
But it's up to her.
Don't you need to do?
I
resolve
said,
himself?
talk to her.
Doesn't he need to resolve himself? Strong gods for preventing.
Well,
I don't know.
what would that
Can
look
Orba
like?
give Graven, or not Graven, Erland, a look down and up at how he's looking sepsis-wise? Like, does he have, as he builds sepsis, does he ever have visual changes to his body? You look amazing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's very slight unless he's over sepsis. Like it happens like all of a sudden. Like when
Wait.
he goes over. he
Got
starts-
If I see you looking me up and down a little bit, I'll sort of like,
I hate that so much.
Does that look like he's acting it?
Yeah.
But also, while Orba's giving him like the look down and up,
it
does she notice any differences to his physical appearance?
Have you been making an effort to hide the finger or the cuts or anything? I mean, yeah, he not only there might be like a little bandage around his finger, and also like at those two spots where there was one on your
Around
palm.
my
Yeah.
palm here, and then she wouldn't be able to see the heart.
Yeah.
Oh, you bandaged them?
Yeah, on like
Well,
walk,
they
kind
would
of like wrap them up.
So yeah, it would have wrapped them.
Oh, well, they're wrapped, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, I also had my gloves on, so you wouldn't see it there either.
They're fingerless.
Yeah, yeah, but
One was a fingernail.
yeah, I guess one was. You wouldn't see the palms.
Flip a coin between the two of you.
Do you need it? Use it.
Everybody could use it and need it, Erland. That's not a factor at the moment. Everybody could use it. Do you want the white side of the coin or the red side of the coin?
The red side.
Orba hands it over.
Sort of looking
Gentle.
at it.
I haven't touched it since I activated it, so.
Feel some of that energy of the plant pouring into you. Which do you pick?
Can I have some sweet, sweet inspiration, please?
You absolutely can. You feel
Surprised you
may
took
do
that.
so.
Instead of temp HP?
Yeah.
I want to be able to attack things.
On a
Feel the
single
inspiration
roll.
On a single.
And I need you to do. It's a D6 roll. Is that what it is?
Yes.
D6
what do you
roll.
do?
And on a 1, the plant becomes deactivated and has to be
Please don't
re-
roll a fucking one.
Can I reactivate it immediately?
No. Well,
Yeah, but it costs
but
sepsis.
Yeah.
it costs sepsis, and you can't use it again for a certain period of time. But yes,
So
you
it'd be
could
the same
activate it.
amount.
It's fine. I roll.
just don't roll.
It's a 6.
Yay!
It comes
Like,
back.
it's more! More!
Use it again. More!
All right.
Damn it.
It's only one. It's 1d8 temp HP, right?
No. What
No, dude. I just told you.
It's like
Sorry.
a healing. It's like
It's
2d4.
2d4 plus 2 temp HP.
Did you roll for it?
No,
No,
he's
you-
doing the
No, I'm
inspiration.
Oh, you're doing the
Doing
inspiration.
inspiration. No, I
2d4
want inspiration. I want inspiration.
Oh my god.
It's like a healing
But
potion's
when
worth
you
of
get
temp
fucking
HP.
clocked by a stone warrior,
Yeah,
don't be sad.
I'll be upset if it's 4 extra. Because I'm gonna assume I'm gonna roll 2 fucking ones.
All right, Orba's using arcane recovery. Are we done with our short rest?
This is so very-
Yes.
Do you know which ones you're picking, even if you're still
Yes.
Great, that's good.
Panic.
So as you guys finish up taking this moment to rest, you're kind of very close to that spot where you saw Barbara initially sort of in prayer there, petrified. You kind of look over disdainfully to the spot. There's a little bit of kind of stone dust sitting on the ground where when you shed, the petrification kind of comes off in little sheets, so you can see almost little outlines, especially where she was seated, like a little circular outline of where her knees were there in the ground.
All right.
As we walk, so Safira, have you given any idea to the broken crown egg?
Oh, fuck's sake.
If you haven't, that's fine. It's only been, you know.
No, I thought of it, but there have been other things on my mind. I don't know, we can't travel with it to Finlock Forest, I agree with you.
Okay, well, just
I don't exactly know what I want to do with it. I suppose trying to mail it off feels a bit dangerous too, that's what I'm saying. So I think maybe our best option, and I have been thinking this for a while, is to bury it like a fucking squirrel. So I don't know if I like that, but I also don't like anything else, so I don't know if liking it is really the...
There's just nobody we can trust with.
I mean, I don't think so. I would trust Massive with it, but at the same time, how the fuck would we get it to him?
well, he knew you were going to be infiltrating this place. Like, he didn't think you would come into possession of something valuable. You don't know where he is or what he's doing.
Well, no, it's not so much that I don't think I could get it to him. It's more that I think that it could be intercepted. And is it really, if we're so worried about that information being available to anyone who might be in Finlock Forest, then are we interested in keeping that information from anyone who might be certainly tracking us, which I'm sure there are at least, well, there's at least the assassin that's tracking you, and probably more, so...
Do you know where Massive is?
I don't know where
Not
Massive
currently.
is, no. No, I think I could probably get in touch with him, but no. Don't know where he is.
We should perhaps move faster than a walking space. Perhaps.
Okay.
Jog.
Sorry.
This prayer, perhaps, and again, don't read it out loud, But
would
you,
I do
in
that?
your form where I cannot see you,
Yeah.
just you can read it. And maybe if you learn anything, you can tell the rest of us.
Well, I don't know.
Graven holds it out.
Oh, you don't even want to read it.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay. Orba's gonna walk and read it for a bit.
Yeah, to himself.
Our monitors off, by the way.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
let's turn
they are
those off.
not. Ooh.
There we go.
A little bit of time walking. You guys working your way kind of through some rocky forested terrain, and eventually, another hour and a half takes you back, and finally you see that V sort of now going forward and then backward where that post once was, sort of a broken, overgrown post that vines are coming up the side that had the piece that broke off, and you later spotted the symbol of Heptactor kind of lying off to the side. So you get back basically to that, 3-point in the road that has 3 different directions to go.
Very little to show for it.
Truly. Do we see any fresh prints or maybe pieces of stone that were like shaken off as we're walking?
Give me a perception check.
16.
No stone. The depetrification, as you saw when you applied the bomb to Barbara, happens very quickly. That shedding of stone, it wouldn't continue to shed as they were walking. Probably it would just kind of come off the ground.
Shake it out of their boots.
Yeah. And there is kind of a portion of this trail, because this looks like a spot where a number of people come through and then decide which direction they're going. The area right in front of the post is less grass and more dirt, and it's a little deeper just from footsteps and horse hooves on it, and it looks like a pair of footprints kind of turns around in the same kind of way that you guys are heading, and then it trails off because it gets grassy again. So it turns, and then you can't follow them much further than that.
All right, we're on the right path. It looks like they've traveled past here.
Let's maybe even pick up the pace a little more.
Okay.
Agreed.
But eyes out so that we don't run into anything.
Should
first.
be you have it now. The Heptactor.
Yeah, thin bridge over a moat leads to main entrance, several tall cylindrical pillars.
Okay, I suppose we keep our eyes out for pillars.
Safira, what's your animus form at the moment?
Oh, right now, well, it's a bit weird, but I'm really excited to try it because I've been fiddling with the bow, and I have a wolf head, a tortoise body, and I've got little bear legs. Well, not bear legs, but the spirit of a bear, I suppose. I'm picturing it. I don't actually know what it's going to look like because I haven't done it yet.
That
but
sounds terrifying.
I'm very excited.
Graven, how freely can I speak at the moment?
I'll go up ahead.
Can I ask you a question?
I don't know.
How much do you know? How much do you know of the meddling gods that are not the one you serve?
Very little.
You wouldn't know if there's a certain creature associated with Heptactor?
Oh,
I
that
know
would be
that-
good to know.
My voice was taken from me.
He's like, you don't know anything. Shut your mouth.
I know that the fox, the Arctic fox, I believe is related to Boofmere, but whether there's one for Heptactor, if I search my mind.
That is interesting.
Not that you know in particular.
Boofmere, god of trickery, correct?
Yes.
From what I can understand, those Heptactor's symbol or animalistic form is wolf-like. And it says beware of things that are fox-like. Or their trickery seem to be opposing forces. So if at any point we need to fool Barbara or somebody else into thinking that Heptactor is present, hide that giant wolf body and only stick your head out and you've got the wolf.
I think it was
tortoise
giant
body.
tortoise body.
That's what I meant. Hide the giant tortoise body.
Yeah, it
and
would
only
need
stick
to
out
be
the
a
head.
big. It would need to be a big
bush.
obfuscation there.
Big
I
bush.
don't really know how.
Maybe the tortoise has swallowed the wolf and it's just.
Well, we'd have to sit down again for me to fucking fiddle with it again.
I don't know if it's
That
a
speaks of
huge thing.
wolves.
It speaks of wolves and foxes. Well, it implies wolves. It discusses howls and teeth.
No, I can
jaws that
howl
rip.
for sure. But I mean, perhaps to someone untrained, a wolf tortoise would be very, godlike. I don't know. It
Yes.
seems
Would
cool
make
to
an
me.
impression. Anyway, just wanted to. That's pretty much the only thing I glean.
All right.
Okay. I hesitate to ask this, but Boofmere and you, Okay, I won't ask anymore.
Do you know if this is sort of shot in the dark? Do you know if the gods are any of the gods tortoises or bears? Are you becoming a sort of?
Well, no, I just said that. I don't think that's a real thing. I was just saying maybe to the untrained eye.
No, I'm saying is it perhaps that the?
They're just spirits, Erland. She's not becoming a god.
No, I know she's not, but the gods and.
No, I don't think the gods have anything to do with it.
You've never felt any kind of touch of the divine or anything like that. It's felt very sort of connected to nature and the elements.
There's a god of nature. You said there was a god of nature.
Wait a minute. Okay. Graven, I was going to ask you, this is not related to other stuff, so don't worry. But now that we've been talking about the egg, I might ask you, before we get closer to Finlock Forest, because I know you said it would be harder for you the closer we got, to maybe send a message to...
Ooh.
I guess, have you met Massive? Did you ever meet him? You didn't, did you? Fuck's sake.
I don't think I could
Just
send
described
him.
him to you. Well, never mind. That idea's shot. Never met Massive.
Like, he's seen them.
Alright, let's keep moving.
Not familiar with him enough, no.
Can I, while we're talking about communication, can I check GGG?
No.
The page?
Nothing on it.
I'll say this.
He's super dead.
We all agree these two were about to get themselves killed, right?
Yes.
Unless the book has inherent power.
Unless it's protecting them.
Unless they were actually right that the god of order decided to spare them from the wilderness.
What I'm saying is...
Yeah.
It's true, that would be pretty. I mean, you spare them for one thing and then immediately walk them into the arms of another beast. It feels...
What were you going to say?
What I'm getting at is, are we all comfortable with them losing their lives over this?
I mean, comfortable? I wouldn't say comfortable
They
with
run
it.
into danger. I tried to warn her.
But that's the thing, we did
I'm
everything
saying
we could.
if they stand between me and the book, will you all agree that I will do what I will have to do?
Just take the book from them. You don't have to ignite them into flames.
I was gonna say...
You're stronger.
it's
Just take
gonna-
the book.
All right.
I'll kill anyone for you, Graven.
What?
That feels... Maybe like that shouldn't
Thank
be
you.
the case. But, alright.
Just saying.
At least warn them first. We met them, we talked to them, we had a conversation. We promised them things.
They are obviously pushed towards this with
I
even more than their
understand.
own mental
Look,
faculties.
Again, as we go into this, I would like to remind everyone that they are up to something.
Perhaps
Not everything is as it seems. Expect
then-
everything.
I can tell if you're arguing for us to
No.
keep them alive or dead then. You
I'm
don't
not-
want to kill them, but
no,
you don't want
I'm-
them to do bad
He's
stuff.
not
But
arguing
they
for
also,
anything.
it'd be nice
I'm
if they
saying
weren't
be
alive.
prepared. I'm not saying kill. I wasn't trying to kill anyone.
I believe that there is
I
yes,
put my-
possibly the extra thing that is going on here is not in their control.
That's
They
what I
are
was gonna
being
say.
they are I have been
I put my hand
pushed
on
to do
that.
things that I don't want to do.
Oh, sure. We all have.
No.
Well,
I
I don't
mean
know if in exactly
fully.
the same way. I
Like
think
fully losing your mind.
Yes, fully. I understand.
if
Try
they're
not
fully
to
out of their
kill them.
wits, then yes, I would
Who knows?
ask you to try not to.
Perhaps destroying the book will break some kind of spell on them.
That would be wonderful.
But if they throw themselves over it, then I will free them of it fully.
Okay.
That's one way to put it.
Do we see it yet?
So you guys have turned around that corner. You've been walking a little bit.
I don't even know why I ask you, idiots. Just kill next time.
You guys, you're not running, but you've definitely increased your pace to beyond a sort of a standard walking pace, especially for sort of commoners, potentially like Barbara and the dwarf. Certainly would think, unless they were running, you'd be gaining on them. Although once again, not exactly sure how long it's been since they left that spot. So beyond that fork in the road, the sort of terrain kind of rises and falls a little bit, not nearly as much as the lanes. And for the first time in a long time, out to the left, the forestation is thinning enough, and every once in a while you catch a glimpse of the ocean once again. So this path, because it sort of peeled off to the north when it split, it took you closer to the coast as opposed to the lanes, which took you a little further inland. So you catch just glimpses of the sun kind of reflecting off the water there. And every once in a while you kind of give a look back just to make sure you're headed in the right direction. For a while it's a very straight shot. You can almost see all the way back to the point in the road where it splits. So it's very kind of thin, narrow path that shoots straight out toward the coast. And you keep walking along that path. Finally it bends a little bit further inland, just ever so slightly to your right. You see ahead of you, the terrain begins to rise a little bit. So it flattens out for a while and then just starts to climb a little bit as it gets further and further. And off to your left, you can see, almost like back when you guys went to investigate that caravan with the harpies, the terrain rises and there's now like larger and larger cliffs kind of appearing off to the left side. So it becomes the land and the sea level are splitting further and further apart. So you're getting higher and higher and you can see further out to your left. The terrain that you're on, you travel for another maybe hour or so, maybe even longer than that, another hour and a half. The trail slightly favoring a northern angle. And you get to a point where you're getting to that sort of high ground there. So you've moved up that slope, you've gotten to high ground, you have a pretty good view off to your left and behind you as well that you can see down back into the woods. And there's a point where the path is not disappearing, but it's becoming very much entangled with the vegetation and trees around it. This is a path that clearly, unlike the lanes, people don't take this path as often. You can tell that. Like, the lanes still had a vague trail to them, like snaking between all those canyons. And this one seems like it's quickly becoming more and more overgrown. The path is less defined. There's little sort of patches of dirt here and there that you sort of loosely follow. But you guys are you get to a point where you're almost forging your own path a little bit through the wilderness here. Safira, give me a survival check.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go.
Do it. Survive for me. Survive.
Okay. 19.
19. Out of pure kind of a little bit of luck, which never hurts, and a little bit of just instinct to keep an eye out for signs of creatures or things, you pass by a thin kind of trunked tree that has what looks like a little bit of a bloody handprint on it at right about shoulder level, almost as if someone stopped and like put a hand and then moved along. It's a little smeared, a little like just ever so slightly kind of not a pristine hand.
Temple!
Detective Graven.
So you notice
Pulls
that
out the
kind
fox
of,
under a cap.
just a slight kind of smear of blood that looks like the sort of palm and partial thumb of a handprint there.
I'm kind of like picking up my pace. We should keep moving. They're already injured. And I want to look around as I see this, like, to see if I see any movement, anything that might have attacked them.
Give me a perception check.
I'm also, I keep an eye out for any traps, any string-looking things. Perception, you said? Mm-hmm. God damn it, 8.
8.
I thought you were going to give me something better.
Nothing quite yet.
Yeah, it's really bad.
You're sort of keeping an eye out for traps, but also you don't see any buildings or anything that sort of might indicate humans or humanoids that might have set traps of that kind. And it's pretty sprawling. It's pretty open at the moment, so unless you kind of blundered into something.
I guess this is looped into the same thing. I don't sense any creatures or anything.
No,
either.
I mean, occasionally you'll see, there's some birds and wildlife. Like, it's, flush with life here, but not anything concerning to you at the moment.
Something hurt them here, so we need to, I don't know, stay alert. And I'm like, because I know that something happened here, I'm pulling my bow out and just kind of keeping it down and looking around and moving sort of ahead.
If you're leading you
Leading
forward a
the
little
group,
bit.
yeah.
Everyone's kind of spread out a little bit just so people are, not right up next to each other.
Do you sense anything, Goliath?
Nothing yet. Certainly nothing divine in nature like that, if that's what you were.
No.
May I ask, do you see things when you speak to yourself?
When I speak to myself.
When you speak to your entity, do you see things? Do you feel? What is it?
I have felt heat rising. Sometimes within, sometimes in my extremities. And ever since this was broken in half, I have seen a few things, yes.
Does he appear to you in the form that we saw him in, or sort of more?
That was new.
Perception checks, everybody.
19.
12.
10.
12.
A little bit further, and just because of the way Erland was talking to Graven, so it's like Orba, Graven, Safira, Erland, and because Erland was talking to Graven, he's kind of talking past Safira to Graven, just quietly as they're kind of having that conversation. So Orba's kind of just off on the side a little bit on her own, not like far separated, but just off from that conversation. And as they're chattering a little bit, you pick up on a little bit of noise in the distance. And at first it sounds like almost like a bunch of small animals fighting. Like high-pitched, like screeches, like a number of creatures maybe, not just one.
Okay.
They're overlapping and they kind of add to an overall kind of droning dissonance that sounds like it might be growing ever so slightly in volume, as if something was getting closer.
Okay.
And you look forward, and because the trees are pretty sparse here, or sort of spread out, between the trees, streaks of daylight are coming through. It's certainly, midday or later at this point, and the visibility is very good. And between the trees where the light is shining through, you see a cloud of shapes materializing, and then it'll disappear behind a tree or a rock, and then
Oh my god. Okay.
and that sound is getting a little closer. And judging by the speed that it's moving, it could be upon you very quickly if it was headed like directly in your direction.
And do I see a temple at all? Any
No,
remnants of
you
pillars
see
or
no
anything?
structures, edifices of any kind that you can see from here.
Okay, and there's a lot of trees.
Yeah, they're spread out decently, but there's it's still forest. There's still trees here.
And this like rustling, does it look like gusts of wind, like a collection of like earthly, weatherly existences?
No, it doesn't look
Okay.
like inanimate, you mean?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't
Okay.
look like that. It has kind of a frenetic kind of movement that almost looks like a flock of something. A flock of very small things, kind of all kind of
Got it. Okay.
moving together.
Really quickly, because I know Safira is much more knowledgeable of this area. Safira?
What?
Dead ahead. Tell me what you see. Everybody get ready.
Can I look and
Give me a
see?
perception check with advantage, which she's pointing out.
Okay.
Haven't we seen something like this before?
That's 18.
18. As the sort of mass is darting between the trees, you look to where Orba's pointing and you see it just disappears behind one tree and then comes to another tree. As that mass approaches, you can start to make out very small little silhouettes. So it looks like a number of little things all kind of together. And they look kind of reddish tinted and winged, but not like a bird. The way they're moving quickly and frenetically, they look almost bat-like is what they look like. Sort of these elongated faces of theirs coming to a sharp point at the end.
Like a vulture?
No, they're much smaller than that, like bat size and shape, but with a long pointed proboscis on the
they
end.
look like what we saw in the genie temple, the thing that blinks to other planes and stuff?
No.
Okay.
It looks like something else you saw way back, and then you might be familiar with other than that. It looks like a swarm of Sturges, which are those mosquito bat-like creatures.
Man, was that like chapter 3?
Yes, it was very, very early on.
In the cave.
Yeah.
You went down to the water to get that
guy's
guy's
bag.
rescue that guy's bag.
Oh, yeah,
And there was some
Bertram.
Sturges in the cave.
No, that wasn't Bertram.
That wasn't Bertram.
Bertram's the dude who
Bertram with
ditched
the
us.
pants. Yeah.
It was
Oh my god, Bertram was pants.
it was one of the Droymanes. Lauren Droymane was his wife.
Yeah, what the fuck was his
somebody
name?
Droymane.
Hold on.
Droymane was their last name.
Wilfred Walter. It's a W, I know it.
So you see those little faces coming to a point and darting between the trees. And at first, from a distance, it just looks like a mass. It's hard to tell like exactly what it is. But the closer it gets, the more it's spreading out a little bit. And there must be 40, 50 of these things, all like tumbling between the trees, moving through the forest. They look like they are about to all like soar. It doesn't look like they're headed for you, but they're headed in your direction. So these creatures start to moving from tree to tree.
Spread out and get into the woods here.
Get down.
Oh.
high.
Two on each side of the path.
fucking dive, get behind a
Orba,
tree,
stay close
throw
to
a
me.
fucking branch over me.
Everybody give me stealth checks.
Oh, my God.
No, I don't want to roll it. Do you make these sounds too with your mouth, Matt?
Oh, I don't like this.
Safira. 19.
6.
11.
14.
And in a moment, like literally the second all of you have gotten down to like a hidden position, there's like this all of these creatures just go up over your head, side to side, and everyone's curled in a ball, just trying to wait it out as best they can. It feels like an eternity, but it probably is only a matter of seconds that all of these creatures rush by. This massive, like, it feels almost like a snowstorm pushing by. They don't touch you, but you can feel the air moving. That's how many of them are. You can feel like your hair starting to move as all these wings are flapping by. And after a moment, they get kind of past you, kind of heading in the other direction. You wait.
I'm kind of holding, wherever anyone can see me, I'm holding like a finger up. That's like, you know, I'm not like trying to make myself seen.
Erland's face is the fucking deadliest.
Yeah, I'm not fucking looking at you.
And you wait for the noise to pass, and finally, like, the last, like, disappears a little bit.
I'm gonna, when I hear it disappear, I'm gonna very quietly kind of
Give me a perception check.
try to look up. Why am I always the one perceiving? I don't know. 11.
11. As you poke your head up, maybe because a couple of you didn't quite dive behind kind of an obstacle quickly enough, you look up and there's a couple Sturges that are like bear hugging trees. They've like, and you see their little kind of noses kind of peeking around.
Okay.
They don't have great vision, so they're kind of like holding onto the trees and looking around. You spot 1, 2, 3. So there's a couple that, as that sort of torrent of Sturges came through, some of them like grasped onto branches and are now kind of looking around in the area.
So seeing that, I'm gonna kind of go back down as slowly as I can to get sort of back under cover.
Do so.
And just like, if there's any way for me to kind of put an arm, because they're the across
I figured
the way.
we went one way and you guys went the other.
A little bit. I mean, you're all separated. Nobody's like together. You're all a little bit separate.
And I'm to Erland. And I, as much as I can, like
We can't.
Everybody's
see
kind of
it.
behind obstacles and stuff.
I'm gonna like just peek my head around as well.
Perception check.
I'm trying to look like we're all alone. I'm trying to look around now too.
We're not alone. We're
Perception
together.
No, we're
18.
still like 10, 20 feet away
really?
from each other.
I thought we
not
were all-
Yeah, you guys are a little bit separate. You haven't.
Perception 14.
14.
18.
As Graven sort of just picks his head, you would literally like put your head kind of down and behind the rock, and as you lift your head up, just coming over the stump that you're hiding behind, and like the proboscis is like right here
I'll
as you
freeze.
look up. Give me a stealth check.
Come on, buddy.
Oh.
9.
Okay, I'm gonna. If it makes a move at me, How big? These are small, size small.
Yeah, they're not big. They're like the size of a bat.
I'll like go to grab it if it makes an attack at me.
Oh, it is okay. So it's literally like inches from. You could grab it. It's inches from your face.
Does it have like a beak that I
Yes,
could
it has like a
hold
long
closed?
proboscis. It's not like a open and closed
It's
beak.
like a bug.
Okay.
Yeah, it has like a little
injects into you.
yeah,
It sucks.
like a
And
stinger.
we've heard it like make screeches, like
Yeah, they make like kind of buzzy, screeching bat noises, kind of.
It's a true bug.
Come on.
I'm waiting for it to make a move.
Is there a rock near Orba?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
rocks around.
Orba's gonna have her hand on a rock.
Okay.
How I never try to throw things as normal, Orba.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean to throw something?
It's an improv. Are you throwing it at something or just
No,
as
I'm
a?
throwing it away.
It would just be an athletics check. If you're trying to throw it at something, it's an improvised weapon, basically.
Orba's gonna try to throw a rock in the opposite direction of where everybody has hidden. So let's say toward where the rest of the swarm went.
Okay. And are you trying to hit like a tree, or are you just trying to have it hit the forest floor? What would you like to? What are you aiming for?
Whatever I think is gonna make the most impactful sound.
Okay,
So like
a tree trunk, probably.
A tree
yeah.
trunk
Would make
Okay,
a
sure.
like
I'm
a
just
good
gonna fucking
knock.
Throw it at a tree.
Give me an athletics check.
What's the AC on this tree?
It's not about the AC. It's not an attack roll.
10.
10.
That makes some noise.
And you see it heading toward that trunk, and it just misses it and hits the forest floor with just a quiet thud. And this one gets closer and closer to Graven, and then it literally can touch your nose.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it and
Give me,
just investigating you.
give me an athletics check.
athletics.
Mhm.
I don't trust anything with proboscis.
Got it. 2, which means
A
7.
Yeah, it's not about the strength,
7,
it's just
yeah.
the speed. As soon as you move your arm, you feel that pin as it
Oh.
pokes into you. It's gonna move
I'll
down.
try to be quiet, like not to yelp or whatever.
Uh, You take 5 piercing damage.
More than last time.
What the fuck, bro?
They've gotten stronger.
Okay.
And in addition to that, as it sort of bites into you, it latches onto you. It is now attached to you. So it attaches and then and holds onto you. So part of your face is like covered by its wings a little bit, and you can immediately hear some of the other Sturges making a little bit of noise throughout the area. What are you doing right in this moment?
Remind me, what is an attack on something that is attached to me like that?
You'd be able to. You can attack something that's on your.
I can like use my mace, and I'm not gonna. Is there any detriment or benefit to it being attached to me like that?
No, because you can kind of like almost like pry it off a little bit and try and like swipe at it, so it like kind of knocks it off.
Yeah, I'll try to get a
Give me an
mace
attack
hit
roll.
on this thing. Oh man.
Can Orba see any of this to assist killing this thing? Or?
Give me 1 second.
16.
When he goes to swing his mace, you can see it. That'll hit. Roll for damage.
1d6. Ghostbusters. 8.
Nice.
8 damage.
You hit it, and it immediately it dies, but it's still like stuck to you, so it's like hanging off your nose, almost like a little piercing that's hanging low, and you have to like pull it off, and a little bit of blood kind of trickles down your lip and into your mouth, and you're holding that like dead Sturge in your hand, and some of the other Sturges are getting kind of closer.
If I'm seeing them flying around, can I try and grab a branch and
Sure,
sort of
you can.
want
How are you doing
to
it?
toss it and try and get it to hit a tree?
In
the direction
Sure,
that
give me an athletics check.
Something a little wider that maybe makes noise when it's traveling too.
Can't even use my mace.
Athletics 15.
15. Hits one of the trees, and a couple of them fly over in that direction. It looks like there's 2 left, kind of.
And they have bad vision, right?
They do not have good vision yet. And one
Yeah.
of them is
Standing up.
down, kind of close to the ground, holding onto the tree and sort of investigating that branch that was
Erland's
just thrown.
crouching and go
Yep. We're gonna try to get
Quietly.
Trying to move
Quiet,
quickly.
Yeah.
Quietly.
quietly.
Okay, give me stealth checks.
Oh, which die?
13.
10.
Guys.
14.
8.
Okay, as you guys start to kind of creep away, one of them that was kind of investigating the branch seems to kind of give up on it, realizing that it's not something that they can kind of sense like a warm-blooded creature, and sensing that it's not a creature, it kind of flies off in the direction of like just kind of the coast, just kind of off into the sort of abyss. And then the other one, after investigating, kind of picks up on something as you guys are walking through.
Do I see it?
You do, and it looks like it kind of looks sort of unfocused without being able to pinpoint, and then it looks like it's about to flutter and take off toward the flock.
I will Sacred Flame, toll the dead on it.
Toll the dead?
Yeah, wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
14?
That will save!
Can I send something at it?
One other quick attack can happen.
Okay, I'm gonna try to shoot it. Come on, come on.
Now, is that an action, like 2 attacks, or?
No.
Okay.
One attack.
Oh. 27
That'll
to
hit.
hit.
Roll for damage.
I thought it might. Imagine. Misses.
Does it already hurt in any way?
It is not.
Oh no!
It's okay.
Is it?
No.
It's probably not.
It's 5.
5 damage.
Oh, thank God.
And you pin it to the tree there.
Hold on.
Quick, as soon as it's pinned, can I
Wait,
run over?
I usually would get to attack somebody.
Yeah, it's not. You don't get a multi-attack because you were trying to quickly fire off a shot.
Can I run quickly if
Yeah,
it's pinned?
it's pinned to the tree there.
And I'm gonna...
Let's move.
I'm gonna kind of signal. So
Quickly.
Yeah.
Everybody moving, and as you kind of look back over your shoulder, it's still getting further into the distance, but again, because of that straight shot of the path, every once in a while you just see that
Oh my god.
sort of frenzied flock of just sort of bat-like silhouettes moving back and forth from tree to tree across the path.
Oh my.
Kind of disappears further and
Dangerous flock.
So a little bit of time passes, but you guys try to make sure you stay quiet as you're sort of slowly creeping forward. And finally, some time goes by and you feel that you've kind of gotten out of certainly out of harm's way from when they would be able to hear or see you. So.
Yeah. Oh, come on. No fair.
And if you guys, as you guys recall having just looked at these shit list contracts. One of the ones, the Sagging Caverns, had mention of a creature called a Strigoi,
Yeah.
which is a larger sort of brood mother of Sturges of sorts.
Okay.
So the presence of a lot of Sturges could indicate also the
Strigoi.
presence of a Strigoi.
Are we going to fuck up a Sagging Caverns and a ruined temple? Are they fucking next door neighbors? Are we gonna take two at once?
The thing also says
Something like
the Sturges have gotten sort of bolder and are moving further and further away. That's why they want the nest sort of eradicated, because they're sort of getting... These woods are filling up with more and more of these Sturges. And so,
becoming more of a nuisance.
Okay.
This place sucks.
so take a look at that contract and sort of recall some of the details.
Has anybody seen a watchtower?
You've seen no buildings, so none at all. It's been very... And even when you were walking before you got to that fork in the road, you'd see occasionally like a broken down hut, a little watchtower crumbling here and there, but well back. You know, you didn't see anything that matched the description. You guys continue on. Safira leading the way. Give me a survival check. Now that you guys are moving, once again, not really a path here. You guys are trying to do your best to sort of forge your way through. Natural 20.
Fucking nat 20 tonight.
Even without the presence of a path, Safira gives like a nice good trajectory where you don't pinch toward the coast, but you're able to keep an eye on kind of the cliffs leading down toward the water, but also keeping an eye out for any signs of disturbances. Once again, a little ways further, you see what looks like maybe someone sat down for a moment. There's like a bloody partial handprint at the base of a tree. So you see again.
I don't see any bandages or anything left behind.
No bandages. Like
Does it look dwarf-sized or human-sized?
The fingers are a little wider, like dwarf proportions, not like sort of. And you saw Barbara's hands. I mean, she has sort of thinner fingers than dwarf. Let me take a look at your hands.
I know those hands.
So yeah, possibly dwarf, and certainly if you were guessing between the two of them, you guessed that it was the dwarf and not her. You guys continue on a little bit further, and you, as you're moving through the woods here, Safira, out of the corner of her eye, off to her right, some of those rocks that are sort of rising and falling. At one point, when you saw the watering hole that was in the sort of, there was almost like a edifice there that had a little hole punched into it that you could kind of peek through. You're keeping an eye out for any entrances or possible little windows into another area of the woods here. And at one point, you see what looks like a little kind of circular, not man-made, but again, kind of an overhang of sorts that you look like you could peer through and see into another kind of area of the woods.
Does it look nest-like?
It does not look nest-like, and just past through that archway looks like something man-made, something stone, like a pillar almost that's
First
rising.
time, I want to kind of try to peer my head through to see if it is in fact.
Okay, turn on your monitors for me.
Ah, yeah! Monitor.
It's not exciting, it's scary.
No, let's go fuck shit up.
What?
I don't think I have.
I want to fight. Yeah.
I took 5 bullshit damage there.
You did take 5 bullshit damage.
So this is what you guys are seeing here. As you're peeking through the rocks, there looks to be something like organized, almost brick-like stone that
Like
looks
a
like it's been constructed. Yes, so that you're standing kind of just on the edge of this, peering through this narrow corridor.
I think we're here.
Any more blood? Any more signs of the hurt person?
Yeah,
Or
it looks
Dane,
like
probably.
A little bit back, not right
a while
now.
back.
But nothing here.
Nothing
Not
here.
here.
It looks like Dane needed to sit down or something. I don't know.
Safira, do you see any kind of bridge or moat?
No, but I see a pillar.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay. The main entrance is a bridge going over a moat.
Not
Nobody
the main
wants-
We
entrance.
might be not going to the main entrance, but what do you think? We can either loop round or something and look for a different place to enter, or we can just go through here.
We're looking for Dane and Barbara more than looking for a fight with elementals, yes?
At the moment, yes.
So main entrance?
No, I think this is probably the way they came.
Oh,
right?
okay.
We've roughly followed a path that they would have hopefully potentially taken. Perhaps the main entrance is on the northern side from Finlock Fort. We don't know.
So we're going
I
forward?
think we should
think we
quietly,
should-
Okay.
quietly,
Okay,
quietly.
go ahead.
I'll lead the way, and I'm gonna kind of quietly, still with
Perception
my
checks,
bow
everybody.
knocked.
Go.
But... Oh my God, 5.
I
Nothing,
just want to
see
play this
nothing.
game. That's all I want to do. I just want to play a game.
7.
6,
Come on.
5, 6, 7.
10.
And the only thing you pick up on as you get closer is heavy footsteps.
Yeah.
Golems.
What do we need to know about golems? Anyone?
What do I know anything specific? Have we fought golems before, haven't we?
You guys have fought elementals of different
Elementals,
types.
not
I mean, again, it's
Snow
you don't-
golems.
Yes, you don't know exactly what type, or I mean, they vary. So usually, they're sort of resistant to the element that they are, because so like a fire elemental would be resistant to fire, so something like that. And again, typically, especially from what you've read about these being like guardians of the temple, they probably have orders that they're like enacting. Like if whoever created them or made this temple was like, protect this area, even after the temple's destroyed and the people are gone, the elementals are like, must protect this area. Yeah, they have like a mission in a sense.
Is it sort of like Pokemon rules where like if it's fire, it's going to be vulnerable to water?
Not as clean
Damn it.
cut like
Now, if they had an order of like protect this area, does that mean like if a worshipper of Heptactor entered the space?
you don't know.
Okay.
I love order! Order! Yes! Everyone in a straight line!
Everyone saw them.
I mean, you're gonna be considered hostile no matter what, bro.
I imagine it says golems and stone warriors, yes?
Yes.
I imagine don't let them get a grip on you, because they could probably do some real damage up close.
They probably hit really hard.
Or grasp and squeeze.
As long as we're not attacking the temple.
I don't know. Can
No,
we have
you're-
somebody go scout by themselves or something really quickly just to see what our next 100 feet of movement is?
Let me.
Usual, so that you can fire if help happens.
Okay, sure.
Help happen?
Help is needed. Help is needed to happen.
Help happen!
If help happens, you fire
You're
to
right.
make the help happen.
Hang on, you alright?
Erland,
Happening, help.
you're obviously
Go.
nervous.
He
Maybe you
doesn't
should
feel
do
hot
this.
to me. I don't think he has a fever.
He reaches back and realizes like the Sturge has been like sucking his blood the whole time.
Ah,
He's like,
shit.
"Oh."
Alright, I'm gonna...
Give me a stealth check there. Creep forward.
So we're all clear on the plan. If I need help, it happens.
Yeah, if help needs to happen.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
As you get closer and closer, you realize that stone archway is actually not the entrance into this area. It's actually a little bit further. So if I go overhead here, this area here was sort of lining up with this in a way that it made it seem like this was the overhang. So Erland creeps up to the edge, and what you see is kind of this stone walkway up top, and then a crumbling kind of thin bridge.
We're in the
The
moat.
moat!
So yes, it
We are
looks
the
like a
moat.
kind of dried up. The ground here is not damp, but it's darker. The soil's a little darker. It's a little softer between your feet or underneath your feet. And as you look up to your left and right, it looks like you could kind of climb up the rock either way. But you can definitely see that this pillar is holding up some kind of thin bridge there.
What's going on with that little cave on the left there?
It is difficult to tell, but there is some
But it
kind
does
of,
look like, in fact,
there's
a
some
cave
kind
of
of
some sort?
opening in the rock.
Okay, what do I see any blood, any footprints that are dwarf and
Give me a
human
perception check.
sized? Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Really?
With the again not damp but sort of softer earth, it looks like they got to about here, 2 sets of footprints, and then maybe climbed up onto the rock. It sort of heads toward the rock and then disappears. And then if you peek your head up, it looks like footprints kind of continue and then into this kind of shrubbery that you can
Okay,
Because
see
that
it.
seems to be the way.
Yes, it seems like there's a way to get up there.
How high is that sort of center area, and can I see what's on top of it if I...
This here.
No, where the bridge is leading to.
Oh, how far is it?
No, like how high is it up there to climb that?
Like 60
Okay.
feet up.
And can I see, if I'm looking around as well, can I see anything inside the cave at all?
You don't see anything inside the cave, no. As you're getting closer, some of those heavy footsteps, and you can't pinpoint exactly where it's coming from, but you hear.
I'll move with
And include in that in that 20. There's multiple sets of footsteps, and one of them is kind of heavy and full, and then another one sounds metallic, like something hollow and metal moving about as well.
Cool.
Was he walking all smug?
thought it was
It's definitely a bed bug.
So that's what you can kind of discern.
Okay, does it seem like we're far enough
you're
away
like,
that does it seem like those footsteps are far enough away that that the rest of the group could pretty comfortably move up, or was
You could
it-
certainly pretty comfortably move up, like to where I've just placed your figure there. That's at like the rock there, yeah.
Okay, I'm
And
gonna
it kind of that's just behind where the footprints disappeared going up.
great. I'm gonna get the group to just get to where I am.
Sure, you do so.
All right, 2 large golems, it sounds like. 1 stone, 1 metal, perhaps. looks like our friends climbed up here. I'll sort of show them where the blood leads. Should I try and proceed on the ground here to get a better sight of things, or should I try and proceed up quietly?
Do you see any other ways to get into this location?
There's a cave straight ahead.
May as well go look at it.
I'll go look at the cave, but again, we're trying to get to Barbara and Dane.
Maybe I'll go up here and take a quick, see if I can find them this way.
Okay.
Move within the footsteps of the creatures.
Good, and also
make
if
noise.
the Goliath is moving, no offense, but you might pull attention.
Try not to, then.
Don't do it, but just good idea.
Don't do it.
Don't be noticed.
Sounds like one pair, that heavier pair, not the hollow pair,
Is easier to.
is getting a little closer.
Oh.
And as you're looking forward and pointing at the cave and pointing at the rock, it looks like
Oh shit.
some kind of. What's that one? Is it that one? Yeah, some kind of
Oh my
stone creature
Jeez.
is walking like under. He came through here and is now walking under the sort of thin ridge
These
there,
guys are
and he's
gonna
moving
be
kind of.
resistant to piercing damage.
No.
So yeah, you see him kind of moving past there.
Oh my god,
Just gonna wait for it to pass.
It does so. It continues on, and then eventually it goes out of sight where you can't see it anymore.
That way, I'll go up.
And I will try and take Orba's advice and try and move every time there's a step. Scamper, scamper.
Okay, it's consistent.
Yeah. So I'm
Give me
trying
a
to
stealth
go
check.
towards.
And are you
okay.
climbing up?
Yeah.
And then as they're doing all of those things,
Give me an
Orba's
athletics check.
gonna hang out and make note of what that sentry looked like and see if another one comes around, if there's multiples, just try to track what
chalk
other
on it.
people.
18.
22.
22. Great. Graven, you look at it. Looks like based on kind of the sets of footprints, kind of look like they go into the rock and then back up and move to a different spot. Looks like they tried one spot and it wasn't a good spot, and they ended up going to a different one. So you find the spot that looks like it was a better foothold, and you pull yourself up onto the top here. As you're coming up, and are you kind of moving up in this direction?
I mean, following any footprints I can see.
Great, yep. So you follow the footprints
Logical,
into the kind of shrubbery there.
Okay.
And then you start to ascend a little bit. Give me a perception check as you're moving up here.
12.
12. You start to hear, because Erland had described it to you, that kind of more hollow noise.
Okay.
And it sounds like there is... Where's that metal one? No, that's not it. This one there, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, hey, big boy.
That is a giant.
And he looks like sort of very short sentry path, kind of back and forth.
They let.
Because they wait for the god protector, they let them in.
So he's kind of just right there at the entrance as you're peeking kind of up over the rock here. So you're just along the edge here. All right. And Erland, you creep forward very quickly. You get to this under portion, and it looks like one of those stone golems has moved kind of further that way.
Right.
And in addition to that, it looks like there might be another one coming
Oh boy!
in this direction, kind of. Oops.
Um,
Through. So certainly things walking along this, where maybe this moat or riverbed once was.
did the first one walk on the north or south side of this pillar?
He walked between these ones here. Not
Okay.
you're at this one. Yep, there you are, and it walked here.
Okay, do I get a better sight of what's going on with that cave there, or
Can you what?
do I see a better sense of what's
Give me
going
a
on with that
perception
cave?
check. It looks quite big as you're getting close to it here.
Not one.
It's
my third of the
Looks
we
like
go.
looks like a nice big cave. I mean, it's large. It's from a distance. It looked like maybe you could pretty easily walk into it. Now it looks like a large creature could easily walk into that.
Okay, cool. I'm going to back to this, wait for that creature to pass.
The next one.
The next
right?
one to pass.
Over time. it
And then
does.
I'm going to try and check first to make sure there's no other ones coming down the right side
You
there.
don't see anything coming through this way.
And I
at the
want to
moment.
try and quietly move towards the cave.
All right, give me a stealth check.
22.
22.
Nice.
With the golems, this one again is kind of further down there, sort of disappearing into the distance a little bit. Erland. And you get into this sort of interior area of this cave here.
What do I do with this?
Yeah. And it seems like this area, the impression that you get from this area is that it looks like it was carved out intentionally, that this isn't kind of a natural formation, but that they didn't finish construction. That this was maybe meant to be part of the temple, but that whatever happened to this temple, however it got ruined or fell apart, they never got around to finishing this portion of it. So if whatever it was meant to be, it never happened. But the smoothness of the walls looked like it was specifically carved out.
Do I hear any like echoing footsteps?
Give me a perception check. And Graven, what are you doing during this time?
All right, I'm looking for evidence that they continued on, maybe towards the bridge.
Toward the bridge? What do you mean?
Yeah, as in evidence that they.
Oh, that Barbara and Dave.
Yeah.
Great, give me a perception check.
7.
17.
Nice.
17.
There we
Yeah.
go.
As you just get up to the very top kind of lip here, you sort of squint your eyes and you look toward these pillars here, and once again, mainly because Safira had already pointed out to them, this pillar here, it looks like someone put their hand on it and then continued to walk.
Right in.
I'm gonna proceed quietly through the cave.
Okay. And with that roll, the only thing you hear some kind of heavy breathing, something living, not a construct. It sounds like a kind of sort of breathing, heavy.
Okay, so these things wouldn't breathe.
Probably not. Most elementals do not have to breathe.
Except for air element.
What?
Nice.
Yes. I see.
Har har har.
Yeah, it's a joke. Yes, of course.
Yes, jokes.
Humor, the fun we've had.
So yes, possibly something taking up residence in here. Hard to tell, but you hear because it's echoing in this larger space. That's what you hear. So forward, you can't see what
At
it
a
is.
sleeping tempo or at a wake tempo?
Can you tell the difference?
For sure.
Definitely not, because there's no additional noises like eating, licking, nothing like that. If not sleeping, like lying down, resting in a restful state, not necessarily sleep.
Very quietly.
Okay, give me a
Very slowly.
Give me a stealth check.
22.
22, creeping further forward, and again, this tunnel looks like it extends even further. And just in the kind of back corner there, you see two big paws that are sort of folded over each other, bigger than a wolf. And at one point, something pokes its head forward, and just to like pick burrs off of its fur there that are sort of embedded in its fur, you watch a little beak kind of scratch at its paw.
No, little buddy.
Big murderous buddy.
No.
See that in the back
with the
corner there.
floofy bum bum.
And it looks like that's the only way to go
Big
through.
squishable face.
Oh, there's no other
That's the only pathway that you can see through this.
shit. And there's no shit.
And there's no.
While that's happening, Orba and Safira, what are you guys up to?
I would just be counting the number of if they look distinct enough to kind of tell each other apart.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
It's tough, but they do look slightly different. They're not all exactly the same, but difficult to discern from this distance. Like some of them have little pieces chipped off or something, but hard to be like, okay, I know what each one looks like.
Got it. I think my dice did sense mine.
After Erland has gone through, another one came by. At least probably 3,
two.
based on the amount of time that's passed.
Okay.
Probably at least a third one. Is.
Okay.
Because if that first one, that would have been a very quick circle around for it to come back.
As soon as I'm saying,
he like knows he gets by you.
It does it backwards.
Yes, a third stone golem, perhaps of some kind.
okay.
Graven, what are you up to during this time?
I've now seen probably that other one do his little back and forth a couple of times.
Yes, so
That happens pretty quickly.
yes, so that third one kind of came by, and then after a little bit of time passes, it looks like one is now cutting back in the opposite direction.
Okay.
So it doesn't seem like they circle around. It seems like they go back and forth.
But the one in the entrance, I'm saying, I've seen that one do.
He's barely like he's literally just like going in a little bit, like, and then he comes back out.
Okay.
Like
So
he's just basically guarding the
I
entrance.
cast old person.
And you're ducked down a little bit here in the reeds.
God, they must have just walked in the front door. All right, I'm gonna come back down to quietly down to.
Yeah, we'll
Safira.
say you know the way at this point.
Yeah.
You keeping off of the branches and things, creep back down.
And I would recognize that as a golem, the one that
Seems like an iron defender of sorts, like an elemental, an iron elemental of some kind.
even bigger than the stone ones down here.
Yes, it looks bigger than this. Yes.
It seems as though our friends walked right in the front door, and there is a gigantic defender watching that door.
I think that it may be because they had that book.
Yes.
Maybe they read a prayer.
They were
or
welcomed
something.
in.
And Graven, you're really gonna not like this, but we do have a prayer, and we could try to read it.
You could probably try to read it. It's not going to work for me.
Sure,
But-
that's right. It shouldn't be you that tries it, but if maybe somebody, Orba or I.
Help is needed. What was it? Helps.
If Erland finds a different way in, that might be the best way.
Yeah, okay. The concern that I have, which it potentially doesn't matter because this might be a problem anyway. If we do find a secret way in, there's a potential for us to get totally surrounded by these elementals once we are inside, which is not ideal. Obviously, it would be more ideal to pick these things off before we get in, but I'm not sure how feasible that is, so just something to consider. I mean, if we have to deal with all of them at once, and right now, how many do we think there are? 5?
Well, there's at least... How many did you see down here?
You could see from up there too. Yeah, 3 plus the one at the doorway.
So at least 3 large and 1 extra large.
Right. Okay.
You want to try to...
3 stone, 1 in the doorway.
Oh, there's 3 stones.
Yeah.
What have you been doing during this time?
Shooting myself. I'm gonna very quietly try and get back to the entrance of the
Sure,
cave.
you can do that easily without disturbing the.
And I want to. I know that guys walk around, so I want to try and get myself on a corner there. Wait for there to be a gap.
Great. So you have a little bit of time passes, and you hear that. And as you get, because you're closer this time in it, but it's looking in the opposite direction, you get a better look at it, and it has what looks like a sword, but it's made entirely of stone. It's just this giant, like, stone cleaver that it has in its hand. And just with total focus,
Yeah, dude.
it doesn't like look back and forth. It's just, you can tell that it's been giving some kind of orders to patrol, and that's all it's doing. It just head straight, wanders through. It eventually goes through this sort of gap into the other side.
And
There.
I'm gonna sort of in the mouth of the cave. I'm gonna try and.
You see Erland waving over there. You can see him.
Yeah. He says 1. Goggle
Look out.
monster.
A strong lookout. A helmeted...
An
kind of
owl.
motioning over-
Owl! Owl!
You're not yelling.
Sorry.
Scream.
That was good. He turns his head all the way around like an owl.
So,
Oh, and now he's growling.
Owlbear.
Owlbear. Owlbear. There's 1 of them. 1 owlbear. Come, are we supposed to come? Yeah, there's 3, so just come back.
I'm gonna wait for a moment and then.
Wait for a gap between them. Give me a stealth check with advantage. You know the pattern's a little bit.
Why are you making me do a
better
stealth
now.
check?
Yeah, why did you
Oh,
even...
sorry.
21.
21.
I want to play charades.
Waiting for that gap between two. There's a significant gap between one sentry and another sentry, and now knowing the pattern loosely, you're able to time it that you quickly dart between the pillars of the bridge there, and then through the rocks and back to the group.
There's 1 owlbear.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I got you. What was good?
Why did you...
well, we have to make a decision about whether or not we want to do that, or we want to try to do something else.
Well, the owlbear's much less scary than these things.
Well, his
What do you
That
mean?
we're going to make noise, though.
Well, also that, but what is going after this owlbear going to do for us? Was there a way to get through?
Maybe. It
You don't
looks
even
like-
know?
don't know.
I couldn't
You
get
didn't look?
past, but however, it seems as if the tunnel was constructed as part of the temple.
Okay.
So it's not just a random
It's
tunnel.
not just
like-
a cave.
It's not just a cave.
Part of the
It did
structure.
not.
It's
Like-
part of the structure, so I would assume if this was the moat, then this was some sort of structure that was being constructed, and so my hope is that it would
Problem is, the moment we engage, can we...
Would the creatures care if we're fighting an owlbear nearby?
I mean, this is the
Inside
thing.
the temple, yes.
Absolutely, they would. Yeah.
Okay.
Can we draw the owlbear out to maybe have them attack each other?
What's going on with the up there?
I believe that Dane and Barbara walked right in the front door, and there is a gigantic defender up there.
Does anyone? So because the Heptactor
people? Can we pretend to be a Heptactor person?
I'm not as well
I
as
can't.
they can.
Well, no,
and he
obviously
can't.
not.
I don't believe I would be able to either. But we have one prayer.
Heptactor?
But the thing is, if you go in with a prayer and you destroy a book within, odds are you're going to then be identified as a hostile creature.
Yes.
So we have to figure some stuff out.
Well,
Yes,
it
it's
could
really
be...
picking our poison. Do we want to try to deal with these things on the outside, or do we want to deal with them all at once when we might be surrounded?
How quickly can you destroy a book? And from
Very
how far
quickly.
away? I suppose I should say how far away.
In an emergency, I could be quite far away,
Don't
but I'd
use
rather
the
be
big
with...
fire thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't do that. The other
In an
ones.
emergency, I could be far away.
Could
like
one
that,
of us
but
go
if
in?
I was within about 15 feet of it,
Could one of us go in and
throw the book out to me?
Yes.
Are you suggesting that we run in and run out?
No, I'm suggesting we walk in and run out.
But
Well, that's assuming that we can walk in. What could happen
Do you-
if we go up to them with this prayer? We could read it off and they could say, well, get fucked, kill us, or engage in combat, and then the whole plan is shot.
Can we coax that owlbear out into the path of the stone warriors?
Potentially, we could aggravate it. I could aggravate
But
it.
how,
and...
I don't know if it's going to be considered hostile. How did it even get in here with
I was
3
gonna
sentry
say,
base?
isn't it resting inside?
So we
there?
would assume that. Look, they're clearly very focused on something. They're very
Well, they're clearly
single-minded.
protecting a back entrance into this thing. It's just a question of if that tunnel is it. Why put 3 sentries in this
Well,
moat if
but-
there isn't access to the temple? So there's an
Right.
entrance down here. There has
So,
to be.
so perhaps it's that they are not sentient, but the magic is intelligent enough to know that an owlbear is not a threat to Heptactor, whereas, you know,
Well, you would think it was intelligent enough to know that.
My suggestion is to not have them be introduced to each other. It's to attack the owlbear and get it to attack us or them.
we have to get it pretty far.
I think
How
that
fa-
the idea that the owlbear is going to attack a creature that potentially outnumbers it or is larger than it and maybe more dangerous is, you know, slim. Because if I were that owlbear, I'd just run away.
Is there any? You guys know owlbears better than I do. Is there anything we can give to appease it? If we hunt, if we give it meat, if we give it food?
Would I know anything that I can do to make it friendly?
Make it friendly.
Make it friendly.
No, make it a friend.
Friendly spell.
Just give it a little.
Yeah, I mean, you know enough, like when you were talking about, like luring it out, like you know how to provoke it or what it likes to eat, but no, to win it over, it's.
Okay, but if you don't want me to pet it, man, why is it so fluffy?
This one's hairless.
Damn it! Still want to pet it.
Is this a kind of a creature that you can speak with?
It's a monstrosity.
Okay,
It's
I
pretty.
thought so.
Hybrid creatures are never standard beasts.
Okay.
I can't negotiate with
Okay.
it. no.
So if we go in and say a prayer,
One person. I don't.
one person goes in, says a prayer.
Okay.
So we
That
want
at
to
least
split
gets
off too?
the monsters aren't going to attack as soon as we grab the book. I
I'm
don't
worried
think.
about splitting up, aren't you?
Maybe.
Can I see your
If
book of
they're
prayers?
already in
Let
there,
me-
there's a good chance it's already on some kind of plinth or altar. And yes, I believe
I'm
that,
like
that
looking
would
up
make.
to see if I see any like
Order
light
be-
show in the sky of like anything. Okay.
Like obvious, like
Yeah.
the book has
Yes,
been.
that's what I was looking for. Yes.
The eye is focused.
beam of light.
Yeah. Save point activated for Barbara.
Yeah,
and
that's what I
Dane.
was. I was wondering
So-
if there's a save point there.
Just got that. So it seems we either. Oh.
What?
Whoa.
This is stupid. I should have just read this whole stupid thing.
What
does it
happened?
say?
What is it?
Well, it's
I read
not-
the whole stupid thing, and I didn't get anything from it. Is it in fact riddle?
Elementals block roads, break bridges, clog rivers, blah blah blah. Cutting off the source of their magic at the temple should lessen the frequency of the disturbances. There might be a way to sever this magic within the temple.
Oh, well, that changes things. Then I think the best path then is to go through this owlbear to try to get inside through the tunnel. And I think we should stay together.
No, isn't that back into somebody praying and going in the front door?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
So that you can go in and sever the thing. If there's a thing, you sever it.
Well, so we're still
Yeah, just like
split.
that, you break
So
it.
we are
As a
splitting
metaphor.
Holy glow stick.
up. So we're splitting up into groups of 2 then?
I have to stay outside, I believe.
think you and I-
I'll get pegged.
You'll get what?
I'll get pegged immediately. Damn it.
It's not what I thought that meant.
That's... Don't
If I were to go in, I would need to change.
So perhaps Safira and I go in. She kills gods.
Oh my god, you are just the stupidest monk I've ever met in my life.
If I thought that...
Okay.
It's fine. I've shut him up.
So, I don't believe I can go in unless I change forms, which I don't typically prefer, but, you know.
So what if we go in, read the prayer, and try and...
So it's us that's reading the
going to be able
prayer.
to find the source of magic, though.
Oh, it might be obvious.
What if it's not?
Then...
That's optimistic.
Then we yell.
Maybe.
Then we yell.
Maybe you change yourself and come with me. Problem is, I don't know how great I'm going to be against these elementals because I think they're going to be probably resistant.
hopefully we're not gonna
piercing
have
damage. So
What if we yell? Elementals aren't trained to attack if you yell.
yes, they are. We should assume.
You
that
are
they're
making
trained.
a lot of assumptions
Oh my
there,
gosh, I'm
Erland.
making so many
I don't
assumptions.
know why.
But if you say it confidently.
Look, I'm the only one who's able to detect magic that can actually go into this place, possibly.
So then I suppose you come with him or you come with me.
Does changing...
And I stay with Graven or...
We can all go in, except for...
Isn't the form that you are in
Well, he
better
should
to
be
not be
alone.
noticed by them?
Are you Norba right now, or are you...
I'm Reaper.
You're Reaper right
Well,
now.
That means that you are a blind spot to them.
You think I'm a blind spot?
I can't even see you right now.
Actually, yeah, that's true. Maybe the gods don't even detect your existence when you're like this.
You have some kind of
A protection.
yes, there is something protecting you from my sight, and
He's
I
right.
believe it could be. Chances are,
Say it with confidence,
you'll be
Christian.
shielded. You will be shielded from his sight as well.
Well, can I pose something? If you can't even see her, is it possible that the golems can't see her either?
No,
That's,
not. No,
again,
no,
too many
again,
assumptions.
No. Let's not make that assumption.
Small assumptions, not big ones.
Okay. Either way, I have to transform because I can only detect magic. Is the way you have first met me. So,
You can sense, maybe not the pure spell, but you'd be able to.
I can focus on arcane things like easily. I can easily identify some stuff. Maybe.
Okay. Well,
Oh, cheesy pizza.
Can I ask another question, perhaps?
What?
What?
Ask it.
What if we go in first, and if it's not obvious, then we walk out and we go back in again?
oh my god.
Why? But I don't know. What if this is a one-time thing?
What in the name of the gods makes you think that we're just going to be able to waltz in there and then, hey guys, actually, we couldn't find the source of the magic, so...
I am simply worried that if we guess wrong on what you can and cannot do, we may not have a second chance.
Well, you just said...
Well, I'm not going to be an abomination in the temple if I'm in my normal state.
Oh, you would...
Abomination.
An offense.
Maybe becoming an offense in the temple isn't the worst thing if we are in fact trying to...
Well, are you able to change form safely?
Safely, sure, in the grand scheme of things, yeah.
What
I
does
don't
that
like
mean?
that.
there are
The sound of that.
I'm cut off of certain abilities, but I can do it.
Like being healed by me.
Yeah. But I have riot root potions, that's why we got them.
Oh, fuck.
It's not as bad as it was before we kind of...
You can read it so people aren't.
sorry. Okay.
This is in the.
Yes,
subscribe to
Patreon.
Patreon.
Command
the
Patreon in
School of the
chat.
Harvest. So Orba is capable of shifting between forms without a long rest, which is actually normally shift, but.
So, if I attempt to shift forms without finishing a long rest, I lose all my temporary hit points, which I don't have. And I can't shift forms again or regain hit points until I finish a long rest. I can get temporary hit points, guys. If you receive healing when you have 0 hit points, you become stable, but I don't regain hit points.
Yes.
So I don't, like...
Oh, so hit points can stabilize you.
Yes, but
Yes.
she can't.
I won't come...
Yeah, she won't come back.
Back to consciousness.
But it's not like once she's making a saving throw, she's fucked. Like, you can stabilize her with you.
We got raided a little while ago by Perception.
Oh shit, I'm sorry, I missed that.
Thank
I was
you.
paying such good attention.
I just lost the name.
I can
Wow, we're so thankful.
Perception
Studio, thank you.
so much. I appreciate it. Welcome, folks.
Give us some of your perception, please.
Oh gosh, we
You can take a look at this temple that we are attempting to break into at the moment.
Alright, so the three of us go in, try and identify...
3 of you.
Why not?
No, I don't think... I thought we shouldn't...
thought it was 2 and 2.
I think...
He's fine.
Okay.
I'm hid.
I don't know what is gotten into you with the confidence. I don't
Okay,
know what happened.
Here's the goal. Here's the plan. We go in. We don't touch the book immediately. We try and have me find the source of the magic so that we shut down the golems first. Then possibly Graven can enter the space because it is an abandoned temple.
It's a good plan.
We just have to
I
deal with
would
Barbara.
leaving Graven alone
I can-
outside of a temple of a different sort of.
I can get back up to the beginning of that bridge and be a. I didn't see any. The bridge was intact. It looked.
Yeah, it's not in good shape, but it's
Yeah.
intact. Yeah, you can cross it.
Oh god, it's like probably 100 feet across.
Down or across?
Across.
Yeah, it's
Like if I dash.
yeah, it's about 100 feet across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd take you like
I'd be, only a few seconds away from running in the front door if I had to. If I stay up there.
I suppose we can try. I don't love leaving him alone, but I suppose we can try.
It's better than us. If we're gonna go in, we're the ones in the most danger. The Goliath.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen once we're in. We don't know if we're
That's
going to
the
trigger
point,
some
is-
kind of mechanism to.
We'll be the ones closest. We're the ones in the most
Suppose.
danger.
All right. So,
So who reads that?
you want to read it?
I'm the only person that really is religious outside of the two of you.
I know nothing.
Okay. What?
I don't know. Again, it seemed as though Dane and Barbara weren't terribly religious before this was thrust upon them
Yes,
as well.
and now they're super religious.
Well, what I'm saying is that it might not have to be you who reads it. It could be one of them.
Then do whatever. I don't give a shit who reads
I'll,
it.
I don't. If you want me to read it, I'll read it.
Are you gonna say it with that tone that you always use when you're talking about gods and god stuff?
Why don't you
What
just read
tone
it?
am I using?
You be enthusiastic.
Yeah, you gotta like it.
I'll read it with zeal.
Yeah, like it's the best bottle of ale you've ever tasted.
What have I said?
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
I can do that.
Yeah, channel that.
I take it back.
It's the label. It's the
Oh,
label.
yes.
I'm just reading
the
the
tasting
label.
notes.
Beautiful. And if we can walk with some,
Oh, Heptactor.
if we can walk with some kind of,
Burning hands.
Please no.
and also if we can walk with some kind of a formation, an order
Yes.
of some kind.
Oh, it's a line.
How do
Military.
how-
What did you just say?
Genius.
No,
line.
it's not-
yeah, no,
Such
actually,
a
a
sword.
line
Military
or like a
step.
triangle. So I go in front, and you.
If we can say the triangle
and
short,
and then
yeah.
you just kind of flank me.
But yeah,
Erland
left,
gets in
right,
position.
Left, right.
Oh,
Right, left, right. Oh yes.
Embody
have we-
order.
We've never marched together.
which
Maybe we,
was Safira?
maybe we should be marching together more. Keeps you in step.
Okay,
Which foot are we starting on, Safira?
Left.
All right.
Are you guys like heading up to?
Yes.
like-
I'll show them the good handholds.
You went right, left, left.
I was saying like
Okay.
agreed.
So you guys are heading up.
Yes.
Up to there,
Okay.
and I will kind of stick.
Okay, so Graven's gonna stay kind of here at the lip where he was before.
I'll join them up to the kind of the.
Oh.
If we can time it so that the thing is facing away and make it like across there to hide there, yeah.
Sure.
Okay, really quickly before we did any of that, can Orba cast Detect Magic, Rich? She's gonna transform into Norba.
Okay, yeah. So that takes a little.
Yeah.
And you watch as Orba. This is before you've climbed up, like pops back into vision there, and you feel the energy of the sort of undead overtake you and disappear.
And then she's gonna ritually cast Detect Magic in those 10 minutes as
Okay,
well.
slowly while you're kind of
Yeah.
moving your way up.
So she's gonna
Do
have
so.
that for.
And what's the range on that?
It's
So I
30
know that-
feet over the course of 10 minutes.
Okay, lasts for 10 minutes, 30 feet around you. Excellent. And what is the bridge is narrow enough to be single file. So what is the marching order moving across the bridge there?
I suppose we
A
should.
line.
Yeah, a line, and I'm left, right, left, right. Very slow.
That's so slow, Safira.
Okay, we'll do it twice that speed. Left, right, left, right.
All right, Erland's gonna get behind
Fuck
Safira,
me.
sort of practicing
No, I've
as
got to
she's.
take this seriously. No, this is
Posture.
very serious.
Posture.
Posture.
Yeah.
No.
And what is
chins
the
up.
order?
Chins
I'm
up.
second.
I'm first.
Safira, Erland, Orba? Is that the marching
Yes.
order?
And I'm kind of holding this in front of me, and I'm assuming my best pious demeanor
Okay.
as I
so-
do this.
So you guys are marching. Everybody give me performance checks as your attempt to march in
No!
order.
Except for
me.
Across the bridge. Yes, except for Graven. Except for you.
Oh my god.
17.
I always check anyway.
15.
When I find something.
15.
11.
11.
Okay.
So, having not done it before, a little sloppiness as you first get started, but once you get the rhythm down, it becomes fairly easy. There isn't too many obstacles to sort of get over, and slowly marching, moving closer and closer forward. And this thing, as you first started along the bridge, this thing was facing the opposite direction. So when you get maybe a third of the way across, it is now turned around. You hear those hollow footsteps. And as you guys are marching toward, you see kind of a bit of acknowledgement as it, like a sort of a scraping of metal as it lifts its head up, and it immediately kind of reaches down toward its waist where there's some kind of blade or something by the side, and it grips the sword or whatever it is there, and you hear kind of a as it pulls this enormous sword out of a
hold up my hand as
metal
it
scabbard.
does
Yep.
that. I want to kneel down.
Following her lead.
Okay.
And
On the same
You're,
knee.
you're like halfway across the bridge there.
Yeah, and I'm gonna start
Little past
reading the
halfway.
prayer.
Orba's gonna like echo Safira in the. Oh no, it should be.
Echo it?
Nope, she's quiet.
Call and
She's just
response.
filling her head with a
Amen.
Okay.
a
Read the
need
prayer.
for order.
O Heptactor, Lord of the Pack, may your howl keep chaos in check. May your teeth be sharp and true, and your jaws grip those who'd misconstrue. But watch out for the foxes who prowl in the shadows of confusion. Their guile and slyness can unsettle and disturb the balance of what's proven. O Heptactor, master of order, may our spirits hold through and keep your laws forever in view. For in your embrace, we find shelter anew.
Give me your religion check.
Oh fuck
Oh,
me.
baby.
Oh,
Oh, we want to be reading this
I
one. Fuck.
was just looking at that. It is.
That is where we're gonna end.
Oh!
With the words of prayer headed through the air in the direction
didn't give you
of the
inspiration.
temple.
Fuck!
And with Graven kind of listening as Safira's saying the words, just something about it, because you, even not as a cleric of Heptactor, the words ring hollow. Like you can tell when words of sort of prayer and wisdom like ring hollow, and there's just something about it that seems forced or fake. And even though Safira's giving it her best, she's not even no part of her intonation is mocking or not taking it seriously. It's just something in your gut, like deep inside, you can tell that it doesn't have the fealty and faith behind it that drives those words.
To the person in chat who thinks I rolled a 9, 5. The number was 5.
Well, I wanted to detect magic up right away just in case what we got.
That is where we're going to pick it up next
God
week.
damn it!
At the
Run.
temple.
Run. I love running away from two separate things.
Why did I volunteer
When
to
you
do
cock
that?
things up this badly.
Because I'm.
It's strong thinking that Heptactor might
Is
not
it?
like.
The difficulty
fucking-
was lowered by the excellent marching, but that was pretty
Damn it!
You rolled
Damn it!
a nat 4.
I rolled a 4, and I have a +1 religion
Regular
modifier.
Orba. Shit!
Yeah, that's bad.
That's where we're going to pick it up next
Oh,
week. Thank you guys so
man.
much for joining
What do
us.
I have? What do I have spells?
She can't switch again.
Safira
until
needs
she's
an ale
rested.
now. She's gonna
Sure,
quit.
rested.
She's gonna leave and go get a drink.
Burn.
It's like, you guys enjoy this.
As you were
now,
reading
shit.
that, as if it was the label, you were sort of drooling a little bit, thinking of the ale that it could have been.
Oh my god.
Would have been nice.
Did he? Oh, I thought he turned it.
What's up?
It
Our
went black.
monitor's
Yeah.
flickering. We'll look at that later. Oh, your monitor's blinked too? Okay.
One of the things just kind of got kicked.
Oh my goody goodness.
Thank you
Okay,
guys
load
so
out.
much for joining us as we next week
To start.
find out maybe what Barbara and Dane are up to here in the Temple of Heptactor and how they might have gotten in where we failed to do so.
It's not very orderly.
It's not. How dare they?
The attempted order was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Whatever.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
We
Yeah,
hope
thanks,
you had
I
a lovely
guess.
time.
I'm kidding.
We'll be back next week at the same time.
Yes.
Anything else
for the-
before we
Yes.
say-
Bits and raids and
Yeah, all
subs.
kinds. Oh my
Please-
goodness,
please
you
do.
all, you are just too amazing. Okay, here we go. Cool Shaver did 500 bits. Jeremiah did a gifted sub. Have Maniac resubscribed. Ali Slayer did 2, 3, 4, 500 bits.
Wow.
Perception Studio rated us. Thank you again. 200 bits again from Ali Slayer, and then a gifted sub, and then another 100 bits from Ali Slayer. You guys, thank you so much.
so much.
For the folks that just got rated,
Amazing.
go check us out on YouTube, on our social
Yeah.
media, on our
Yes.
podcast.
At Tabletop Notch,
Lots
we can
of-
help you catch up if this whetted your appetite.
And also, yeah, check out our Discord where Pocodogo should be opening a channel that's, or a discussion thread that's specifically about this episode where you can throw spoilers out there and all that kind of good stuff.
Don't want spoilies? You can go to the other.
True. Those are spoiler safe.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back next week, heading deeper into the peninsula.
Well read.
And the Temple of
I tried.
Heptactor.
Well
I
read.
did my
Poorly
best.
rolled.
Well read, poorly rolled.
I
Story
did
of
my
our
best.
crumpling up
and
the notes?
lives.
No, I'm
Your
I'm
own
crumpling
notes.
up something else in
She was like,
anger.
"Fuck your
No.
Thank you guys so
not
much. We'll
that.
see you next week. Have a wonderful night, have a wonderful week.
Bye.